Welcome to Storm King's Thunder, where me and a bunch of my nerdy-ass friends, we get together and we like to play Dungeons and Goddamn Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, let me get some of them Dungeons and Dragons.
Last week, Brandon, there was practically nothing, and it broke my heart a little bit. I need you. I need just a button on my desk that just, your voice just says Dungeons and Dragons, like the, that was easy button, and just, like, do it 30 different times, and we'll just,
Brandon.
Okay,
I can program
I'll see
that.
if I can record some different
Audio to
takes.
work with.
Yeah, we'll get you in the studio, and, anyway, before I get derailed any further, last week on session 32 of Storm King's Thunder, we had quite a time. The Lords of Nightstone were able to square away a few things in their home keep. They also elected to take on Lady Daggerford in a preemptive strike, managing to fly over the keep, sneak almost silently, absolutely unnoticed by the ballista and the guards that were posted all around, and infiltrate the keep through a side door until they made their way into the ballroom, about which time Lady Daggerford, Lord Umber, and the man you've come to know as the Snail were crossing the ballroom. Using a preemptive strike, you guys were able to blast her with moonlight, revealing her true form as the succubus, which came to be known as Pincheska. As the battle began, she used her opening action to take off a ruby pendant from her neck and shatter it on the floor, filled with blood, that began to swirl and form a pentagram. And she, with tears in her eyes and looking absolutely furious, said the name Azazel. And as blue flames erupted from the pentagram, Azazel the Feyre emerged, in a much more hellish entrance than you had seen previously, him coming through the portal at the Fey portal that you guys had sealed. The bitter battle included not only those 4 enemies, but as well as 8 guards that were in the chamber. And you guys managed to, one by one, take them out, until there was only 4 guards remaining after Pincheska had fallen. They all seemed to be under some type of enchantment, but as Goldbrand keenly noticed, 2 of them were faking, and believed that they may have been Zent agents that were aware of this. This, of course, put you guys on alert that, hey, not everybody here was under this spell. Some of these people were knowingly working for this woman, and you have no idea who, what, or for how long. So that puts tons of people and tons of motives into question. You did manage to recover a couple of things from the bodies. One in particular was Lady Daggerford's ring, which seems to have been something that Lady Daggerford possessed before. You did not ask her what it did. I kind of expected that to pop up, but so you have an unidentified magical item. You also were able to get a ciphered note off of one of the guards that you believe was a Zent, and were able to talk to Safine and tell her that you had taken care of the problem. Safine told you that she had planned to bring Lady Laurel Silverhand, who is the Open Lord of Waterdeep, an exceptionally powerful spellcaster that's been around for at least a couple hundred years, probably more, and is famous throughout the realms as one of the predominant heroes. But since you guys managed to nip that in the bud, was unneeded. Because of that, the attack on Nightstone in effect dissolved. The Zent forces that Nim the Rat were leading from the east were intercepted by your troops and the armies at Succumber, so they were able to fizzle that out. The Iron Ring was awaiting for a response from Lord Umber, and upon not receiving it, and upon realizing that the forces that were going to support them had crumbled, they did not initiate their attack. This also is quite worrisome because Lord Umber has the Lord's Alliance under his thumb as the military leader of Waterdeep, and was planning to use their forces, planned to use their forces, combined with the Iron Ring, the Zent, and whatever else might be scrounged up, including a levies of slaves, literally people shackled together and forced to march before the enemy armies, so that you would have to work your way through them for any of your melee units to be able to do anything. Was truly a gruesome battle strategy. But thanks to your preemptive actions, you were able to take care of that. You guys did return to Nightstone and had a couple of fun things happen, but the one that stands out most to me is that Gulbrand was revealed to be Gideon's father by Shaska, the den mother of the tribe, who told Gulbrand not only was he a Uthgart, but he was a blue bear, and Gulbrand was the daddy. Gulbrand grappled with this for a moment. Allegedly, Gulbrand grappled with this for a bit, trying to decide whether to acknowledge it at all or to leave it be, and asked Lady Chaska to keep quiet about it. He did, however, after a sleuth fire and some encouragement from some of his allies, tell Gideon, who was at first excited, like, this kid adores you guys. He practically worships the ground that you walk on. And to find out that you're not just his family in spirit, but his family in blood was a wonderful thing. Until he began to ask of his mother. And Gulbrand was unable to provide answers, which is all Gideon has really been seeking. He knows, or was told rather, that his mother had sold him because she was ashamed of him and his half-orc heritage. This also brings into question if he truly is a half-orc. As Gulbrand inspected his fangs closer, he realized that they are not fangs, but a pair of bony protrusions erupting from his jawbone and going up. Like many Uthgart have, not particularly from the jawbone, but some have bones along their knuckles or along their arms. Some have them from their shoulders. It is a common Goliath trait.
Gulbrand's comes out his elbows.
Yeah. Nice little spike elbow jab. Gotta do that give you some dagger damage or something. You guys, I believe that was actually the bulk of it. There was a couple other small things, but that was the thing that I was most excited to drop. And I hated that you weren't there, Brandon, because I'm like, Brandon would be all over this. Like,
Yeah.
All over it. Oh, man.
But don't worry, Stefan did his best to make everyone feel uncomfortable in your absence. Including, y'all, I forgot, y'all did manage to rescue the real Lady Daggerford.
Yeah, that's what I was planning to ask you.
Upon making your way into her chambers, you had inspected the painting, in which Gulbrand had seen her eyes flick about, but was not in the painting. Rather, Gulbrand recalled in his vision he saw the painting through the mirror. And upon looking in the mirror again and lining it up to where he could see the reflection of her, the reflection seemed to be animated. And Bergen, using a break curse spell, was able to draw her forth from the cursed mirror and reveal the sunken-faced, malnourished, and quite possibly, as Devin phrased, quite possibly had been macked on by the succubus, who did kiss you, by the way. We should probably also mention that. She didn't get the full healing effect out of it she wanted, because you passed your save, but she enchanted you, made you fight your friends, and then laid one on you with the intent to suck your life force out. And no, not the fun way.
Yeah. You smited Gulbrand too, which I thought was hilarious.
In character.
Okay.
And with that, my dudes, we're going to pick up on tonight's session. You are
Oh my God, I
in...
kind of wish it was Atari that I smited, but I'll allow it.
I'll be sure to tell him that. You guys are in Nightstone Keep, recovering from your battle, processing the day's events that you had made your way through, and are sort of in a state of... You know where you need to go. You know that by the end of the month, the Von and Dodd will walk, and that it is your highest priority to stop Duke Zolto from finishing that. You have a few other pressing issues as well. You know that the Zent and the Iron Ring are obviously growing more open with their attacks. No longer is it subtle fudge. They are going all out in their attempts to amass forces to try to take you down. You feel like you've stalled them very thoroughly in your latest efforts, but you know that threat is still in existence. You do know that you've killed the snail, as well as Lord Umber, therefore severing two powerful forces in each of those groups. And with Lady Laurel Silverhand aware of it, she plans to personally oversee the next Lord Umber's appointment and ensure that it is somebody of upstanding virtue. And Lady Safine, having trusted Lady Laurel Silverhand, gives her a bit of credit that you feel like that'll be followed up on. you guys do have quite a few things that you can build.
Oh yeah. Fuck me.
There is a list of things in your strongholds and followers chat. Some things that you already have, upgrade options, but the newest addition is undoubtedly the class-specific buildings that you've unlocked. Very expensive, time-consuming to build, but incredible bonuses. These include Zatari's Fighter's Firing Range, the Church of Helm that Bergen can have requisitioned. Davos, you can choose.
Or already has.
Already has, you are correct. Y'all did do that at the end of the last session. You also know that Davos, you can either requisition the Temple of Lathander to be improved and upgraded and made into a true temple rather than the humble church that it is now, or you can have a Bard's Theater constructed, and at that be able to empower your battle bards and attract some gold and have their own space to be housed and perform. Stefan can have the Warlock's Fane to Elistrahi built, or he can have a Rogue's Tavern. Gulbrand can improve upon the Barbarian Camp, or he can have a Druid Grove grown in the Ardeep Forest. Likewise, Tally can have the Ranger's Lodge built in the Ardeep Forest. All of these come with effects that improve the units that correlate to them, the battalions that correlate to them, have some added flavor effects, and usually give some type of strategic bonus. For example, the Barbarian Camp is a mobile unit. It can be moved around. It is not a single structure, but something that can be moved around and house other units with it. Just as the Warlock's Fane can allow Stefan to cast higher level spells, or the Bard's Theater can attract artists and gold and make thunderclap at dramatic moments, which I thought was just fun as fuck. So take a second to look over those and let me know what you guys want to improve upon or what you want to invest in. You will likely have to liquidate some of those valuables to get this built because you're already...
Do you know what we have
you
now?
already,
I've not kept up with it in a minute.
the channel is accurate.
The channel is accurate.
Yeah, I don't think I updated the session number on it, but I added the ciphered note in the thing. I did not add the 3 bottles of wine that Valkyr got from Lady Daggerford, because as soon as she came out, Valkyr was like, hey, let's get some wine, let's dance, let's have a good time, we're going to make you forget all about being trapped in there. In true Stefan fashion.
Frighteningly accurate portrayal.
Yeah. And tried to press on and get more than just the 3 bottles. Like, he's like, is that all I could get? You sure I couldn't get a couple more? You know, pushing the gambit.
According to chat, we have 21,000 gold total between like actual coinage and valuables.
You've used 4,000 of that for the church.
Okay.
And some of the valuables, by the way, are things you might want to keep. Most of it is gemstones and necklaces and things like that. But there are some things that might be of worth besides just selling. The Bloodstone, for example, which accounts for 3,000 of that, can be used to find any of Artus Kimber's descendants, which, while itself doesn't seem to have an immediate use, may be useful down the line. Also could be a bargaining chip, or a diamond used in a resurrection spell. You also have 2 diamonds in there that can be used for those resurrection spells. But you have enough to where y'all can requisition at least a few of these buildings and get some stuff on your in your queue.
Corey?
I'm sorry?
My 2 cents is I like the Rangers or the Rogue best,
the Rangers
being
too.
either not being able to be snuck on or finding them easier, I think.
And no, I think that's neat. I kind of wish Tally were here, but he'll also like it to get back
Thank you.
and have it be there.
Indeed.
No.
So, between those 2, give me a vote between the 3 of you, and we'll put one of those
What
in
was
queue with the
second
church.
option?
The Rogue's Tavern or the Ranger's Lodge. Rogue's Tavern can have a chance of finding enemy agents in your city. The Ranger's Lodge makes the forest around you impassable, to where they have to approach from the road.
I like the Rangers.
I also like the Ranger.
Okay.
Just to be different, I'm going to say Rangers.
Yeah, get it.
It's pretty.
Let's say I
pretty
already
dope
checked
thing.
it. Your opinion doesn't matter, but okay. Anything else that you guys want to invest in?
They got
So-
crypto.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a good time to buy. Well, maybe
oh,
depends on who you ask.
To the moon.
I really think I want to do the expand the city again, but I think it's smarter to do anything that will help us prepare for another attack, because apparently there are people coming for our throats. So I don't see defenses on there.
Well,
Is
you guys
this
already have
advanced?
the walls advanced.
Yeah, I
There
was
is a
gonna-
siege weapons option.
Is that for us attacking or is that defense?
It's more for these are equipped to the keep itself. So this is not something that could be used like mobily, but it does give you guys added. Basically, your keep would get a turn in initiative in those combats and would be able to fire on enemies. So, 'tis neat.
No, let's turn Nightstone into a citadel.
Basically, you could also upgrade the barracks, which would help train your units to be stronger. Your blacksmith is the strongest it can be at the moment. Down the line, you'll be able to get past level 3, but right now that's your cap for these buildings. You need to enter the Imperial Age to get it to level 4.
Okay, so after the two really cool, the Rangers Lodge and the church, we have 13,000 left over, but that doesn't include the Bloodstone and stuff like Joey was talking about. So
You could buy at least one more of the big buildings, or pretty much any of the smaller purchases. Oh, I didn't put a price by the keep, did I?
how much is it for siege?
My apologies.
We could
I
also
will check real quick.
upgrade stuff like the lumber mill stonecutter, or is that maxed right now?
No, you can upgrade those. That should be in the channel too. I'm sorry if I didn't put that there.
Nice.
And those are
It's there.
good because they make your building cheaper and quicker, which are both obviously, in my strategist AOE brain, I'm like, yeah, get those upgrades because then you
Yeah,
can build everything else
fair.
quicker for less money. But I'll leave that up to y'all.
Do y'all want to get both of those that are level 2? Bump them up.
If
I'm
we
down either
are
way.
able to, yeah.
Yeah, that'll cost an extra 1,600 for the two. It'll take some time, but combined, that's an extra 20% off the price and the time. So now you have a 40% discount. All the prices you see here have that factored into them. I think normally it's 5,000 gold and 20 days for most of those big buildings. But with the discounts you have already, that does provide some support. The church is already in queue. We'll put the lumber mill and the stonecutter behind them, and then that'll make the Rangers Lodge cheaper and be built faster. But I will mark those. You could probably afford one more thing if you guys would like to put it in your queue. Because Zatari will tell you it's a long way to Iron Slag. It's about a 10-day travel. So you're looking at least 20 days there and back. Not to mention however much time you spend in the keep, and if any other shenanigans happen on the way.
Y'all think the Rogue Tavern?
I'm down with that.
Okay. Devin, if you'll just put in the chat Rogues, Rangers, Lumbermill, and Stonecutter, I'll go through and adjust the prices and figure out how much it'll be once you guys get those upgrades, and then we'll take care of that.
Rogues, Rangers, last part again?
Lumber and
Lumbermill.
stone. For the keep, that is a pretty solid upgrade. With your discounts, I'm gonna say 2,400 gold and 20 days. And that you could choose to add that in or wait till next time. Was hoping that Josh would be here, but as he is not, we'll skip over him. Josh finished his gun, the bad news, and can now shoot things from 800 feet away, which is insane. We were also going to provide... the rest of the party had an opportunity to bond with an NPC, so Davos, if you would like to pick an NPC, you're welcome to choose somebody. Although I think Devin has a question.
Just popping my
Just
ass.
stretching his hand. apparently.
Is this one that I'm not bonded with already?
It could be anyone. It could be your mom, dad, sister, Helena. It could be one of your band members. Could be any of the NPCs that you've met but not really talked to. Basically, it unlocks some story stuff and may open some doors down the road.
I'm torn between Helena and unearthing more of Goldbrand's freaky perv past.
That's a fair point. You could choose Goldbrand, I guess. Yeah, that's a fair point.
Well, you said NPC. I was thinking
You
either
can- yeah.
what's her face?
I had planned on NPCs. Oh, Chaska?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though Goldbrand swore to secrecy, maybe I get her drunk, play her some tunes. You know, tell Helena about it beforehand. Hey, look, this is not anything.
Just a bard doing bard things.
I'm not
Nobody
seducing her. Not seducing her.
She is like 50. Maybe not 50, but she's up there. She's older.
She's older than Goldbrand, I guess.
I don't think she's older than you. Because you're an old man. She wasn't the one who told you your identity, but she was that person's apprentice. Your father's identity, I mean. Okay, so pick Chaska or Helena. Or actually, you know what? Devin actually picked like 3 different people, so we'll let you do both.
Okay.
You come back from the keep, and you go to talk to Helena, and Helena is, looks a little peeved at you. She says,
no.
So, Valkyr tells me you were smooching some succubus? Is that true?
If by mooching you mean murdering, yes.
Was she hot?
She did put me in a bit of a trance that I thought I would have been able to resist, but she was more powerful than I anticipated. So it was nothing. It was only magic. My eyes only have hearts for you.
So you made out with a demon chick?
No. Never said that.
It sounds like you made out with a demon chick.
Did I?
I'm not judging. I
No.
get it. There was enchantment,
Did
you know,
she
in the
kiss-
air. What?
Did she really kiss me, Metawise?
Yeah, no, she
Oh, man.
enchanted you. You
Okay,
tried to
okay.
resist it.
Okay,
But
look,
she-
she came on to me. Like,
Oh,
here
so
I
now
am.
she's caught you in a lie.
Like I'm shooting like level 4 guiding bolts. You know that's my bread and butter, babe. Like that's what I do. Like, and then next thing I know, like it was like an octopus, like tongue, like injected, like this weird in my mouth, like it was not enjoyable in the least.
Is this alien?
Basically, if you could picture Transformers scene with Shia LaBeouf, that's kind of how I'm acting when he was talking about how the hot chick seduced him or whatever. It was like that.
She goes, uh-huh. Okay, well, just don't make it a habit. You know, Tally told me you guys saw some sirens or some harpies up north, and apparently you were the only one to resist them there, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but
Yeah,
keeping
babe.
an eye on you,
Like
Dawnbringer.
I'm not strong enough to take on, I guess, underworld demons.
Fair point.
All it did was motivate me to become more resilient.
Excellent. Helena is not truly mad, of course. More teasing you than anything.
Right.
And it seems like this was heavily encouraged from Valkyr. I'll throw in there as well. You do also choose to talk to Chaska. Do you plan to do it like you mentioned? Like, you know, get her some drinks and try to coax it out of her? Okay, roll a
not
performance.
in like a sneaky, deviant way, but I guess it is a bit of deviance. Performance? Alright, here we go.
Yeah.
Easy.
Nailed it,
So easy.
yeah.
Killed it.
Now, I
You,
think I have something that says like a 19 or a 20 is considered crit, but I don't know if that's attacking.
I think that's just for attacks, yeah.
Okay.
But that's a 25 is very solid. You go visit Chaska and the tribe, and you see Gideon playing with some of the other Uthgard children. You know, it is not uncommon for you to be in this space, and Chaska is aware that you have been told. Goldbrand was actually you were the first person he told because he believed you to be
Yeah, but
the second father figure in Gideon's life.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
I thought it was going
and
to say trustworthy.
Yeah, no, no, definitely not. But Chaska is also the one who recognized you as Erenbor's son. She was the one who's like, oh, I know exactly who you are. The instant she saw you. This is what she does for the tribe. It is a skill that she has honed and perfected. She's like that weird person at the airport who will look at you and be like, oh yeah, you're 17% Portuguese because your nose is shaped this way. Yeah, that's it.
Definitely
That
this
happened to
one
my wife
down.
once. Yeah. So, Chaska, you share some of the some beer from the never-ending keg that is within the tribe. You play her a tune or two, and talk to her. You seem genuinely interested in Gideon's well-being rather than the origin, and for that she is lowering her guard. She seems to be amicable. It is good that you are seeking to help the boy. I fear that Goldbrand may be conflicted about the child's upbringing and the child's origins.
Understandably.
It is often difficult for outsiders to understand the ways of our people, but it is the ways that Uthgar has passed down to us for nearly 2,000 years. War children are treated as equals. Gideon is equal in rank to any of Hydia and Gulbrand's children. It is not something that is looked down upon. He is much an Uthgard as any one of us here. The only thing that concerns me about the boy is that Gulbrand believes him to have magical abilities. This is not common. Yeah. This is not common in our tribe. Typically, those with such abilities become Starkeeper, or their apprentice. But it is exceedingly rare. Once a generation, if that. And there have been periods of time where the tribe has been without someone to read the stars. I'll leave it open for you to ask something if you would like.
You don't think he should apprentice Goldbrand to be the next Starkeeper?
It is difficult to say. This child, as of yet, knows nothing of our ways. It is not impossible to be taught them, of course, but typically children are brought to us much younger than he is. This boy is nearing maturity. He has slain his first beast. He has earned his right as a true member of the tribe rather than a child amongst us.
You mentioned traditions going back thousands of years with your people. Is it common for the mother to sell a child? What sort of
There are-
Uthgard mother would do that?
She seems reluctant, but I do not think you understand, music mans. That Gideon, while he is the son of Gulbrand, was not born in the tribe. He was born after a war party. What his mother did, I have no idea. She was not an Uthgard. And from what the boy has told me, he is not even certain if it is true. His mother very well may have sold him. He may have been taken. His mother may have been killed early in the boy's life. It is difficult to say. Indeed.
It's like,
Think on
Did,
this, music man.
okay.
If you want to ask one more thing, you can.
I was just, if he mentioned, because didn't we say he was a warlock?
You believe so, yeah. He
Right.
casts an Eldritch Blast. He has...
I tried to Goldbrand last session tried to imply to her that the
Uthgard might have...
Well, yeah, the 285 had some kind of magic that wasn't star-keeping magic. That's how he phrased it, as if Uthgard gave magic to people other than star-keepers or something to that effect.
Okay.
And it is true that he knows spells and has abilities that Goldbrand could not cast with his skill set. I'm not sure if we want to say all Starkeepers are druids, but some of the spells he casts are beyond the druid spell list. So
Right.
it is interesting. Gideon did also tell you, and I think you might have been here for this, that the day he was freed, he felt something urging him that if he was willing to do whatever it took, that he could free himself and all of the slaves in that cart and avenge his mother. And of course, anybody in shackles would leap at that opportunity, whether it was benevolent or malevolent. Who's to say?
I guess maybe I would ask her if he'd mentioned anything more specific than that, and if not, no further questions, Your Honor.
Gideon or Goldbrand?
If Gideon had mentioned anything to Chaska, I guess about more specifics.
He didn't mention. He hasn't mentioned. Well, the tribe knows he has abilities because he's going around the keep, trying to put shit to sleep and blast stuff and casting fairy fire and, practicing his magics. It's not a secret, but it is not something that he spoke to Chaska about or to anyone in particular in the tribe. Many of the tribe seems to be they seem reluctant to be involved with magic. If it is not for starkeeping, magic could be misguided. It is only with Uthgart's will that we guide our magic users to lead the tribe for the better.
Alright.
She takes her wooden mug of ale, smashes it on her forehead at 45 years old, and throws the remnants into the fire, flips a double bird, and walks off.
It's a suck it nerd.
Yeah, basically.
That's what it sounds like.
I'm going to write one thing down, Chaska/Helena. Cool. And with that, my dudes, the day arrives where Zatari approaches you and says, "All right, I've got bad news. Like, literally, no, I've got bad news." And he holds up this enormous sniper rifle, like 5.5 feet long.
Look at the barrel on that
just-
thing.
He goes, "Yeah, not to mention the gun, right?" Like, he
Love
goes,
it.
I had told you that I had a dream, that I had to finish this, that it was a tool that was going to help me stop Zolto. It's ready, and we have very little time. Getting my latest calendar that I printed today. You guys are in Elians. You're not wrong. It is currently the 16th of Eliant. This is halfway through the month. You know that you have until the end of the month to stop the Vonendad from walking. And so it is time. You boys load up.
Ides of Eliant.
The Ides of... I love that. That's actually accurate, too. All right. No, jotting that down. The Ides of Eliant. All right. I-D-L-E-S, I think? Eliant.
No L? Just
I-D-L-E-S, yeah? I think so.
Yes, IDE. ID.
Yeah.
IDE. I don't know if there's an L.
yeah, I was about to say no L.
IDE.
IDES.
Oh, I see. Okay. Anyhow, you guys begin your flight north. And it is a long one. It's a doozy. Gonna drop you over on the map here so you boys can get an appreciation for how the fuck far you're going.
Oh man, how are you gonna? Who are you gonna spy on now, Davos, on your airship?
I was about to say we're going to the fire giants, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think I know any of them.
I forgot that Patrick was on this map.
Jeez.
God, it's everywhere. It never stops.
Thank you, Josh. You guys are not
I
in
notice
Helm
whenever he
Soul
goes
or
quiet,
Neverwinter.
start looking at the map.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's a pretty good job.
No, yeah,
I
he's a
swear
pretty
he
good
had
artist.
To, like, copy and paste, like with this arrow. Maybe he's got a tablet or something he was working on.
That's a good point, actually. You guys depart from Nightstone, and it is a 9-day flight. You fly over the hills, over Grudhog, over the High Forest, and the Lost Peaks, passing not far from Shadowtop Cathedral, where you had met the Trent Turlag, passing Stone Stand. Goldbrand, you would probably get a good view and see that it seems to have been partially recovered. Instead of the cavity beneath the tree where you had removed the skull of Gert, it has been recovered. And you would gather that Galvin, Kodiak, and the rest of the members of the tribe who had gone to do such a thing have completed that and are en route back home. You pass over the Nether Mountains, which Talaband calls home. Past Citadel Felbar, one of the dwarven strongholds of the north, and come to Citadel Adbar. Before we proceed, you guys do have an opportunity to use prescience. You have an opportunity to use your crystal ball. But before you do that, a call comes in upon your mirror. And as you guys remove it, the mist swirls to reveal Daphne with Ranrak. And Ranrak is one of the liberated. He is the drow boy, the teenager. Little older than Gideon, perhaps 14 or 15, who has predominantly spent his time among the elves of the Ardeep Forest. He says, Gideon came to me a couple of days ago. He was upset. And he told me that you, Goldbrand, were his dad. And I thought he would be thrilled by, but I mean, he never shuts up about you guys. I mean, they figure that's perfect news. But when I tried to ask him about it, he was standoffish. Said he wanted to get out of the city for a bit.
Fuck.
And since
I'm
I
definitely crystal
spend most...
balling him.
Hang on. I spent most of my time with the Ardeep Rangers, and so he asked if he could tag along, and we hunted a bit and prowled the forest, but hung out in the Trent branches. We even set up a camp not far from the elves' village, but when I woke, Gideon was gone. I told Rond, and he and the Rangers have combed the Ardeep Forest, but it's been half a day, and I figured I'd better tell you.
Did he get sucked into the Fae like Tally? Can I crystal ball him?
Those
So
might
far.
be good ideas. But
You're familiar with this target.
So familiar.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm trying to process. They're making the save to avoid being seen. Yes?
Yes.
He rolled in nat 20. You peer into the crystal ball for several minutes, watching the sunlight trace along the edges of the ball, piercing through and providing a bright spot upon the deck. No vision comes to you. Now, before you got here, you had some opportunities to scry. I don't think I'll allow you to scry on Gideon again, because you did not know this news to be motivated to do so. But if there is someone else you would like to seek out, you are welcome to.
It would only be like related to that. Well, this was before, you're saying?
Yeah, you had 8 days before this
Okay.
one.
I don't know, quest-wise, if there was anything we would gain. Anybody?
yeah, I don't think we can. Don't think you could try to spy on Zalto. You just wouldn't get any. It would just.
It would be difficult, yeah.
All right.
No. Yeah. Can he spy on like Lord Sage? Are those things
Yes.
is available for like I don't know. I guess he could technically, but how does that work
No,
with
yeah.
it being a persona? I guess is what I'm looking for.
It's really the name you know them by. So, like, you guys scried upon Lady Daggerford, because you had this woman that you knew as Lady Daggerford, but was not, of course, the real thing. So you can certainly scry upon someone's
Yeah. So
alias, I guess is a good word
so that
for it.
leaves him, or Caladarko, or I would have said the snail, but he's dead now.
That's no,
He
yeah.
did.
It's probably
I
my
like
vote of
Kella.
all of them. If we want, if we want to know what's going on in the Zent.
I think that's
Okay.
the most familiar.
All right. You know Killa. You know her fairly well because you've seen both her real identity, her false persona, and spoken with her a bit. You even offered to dance with her because you had that one-on-one encounter with her. So
fought
I would
her.
say you qualify as knowing well. I'd say she has to.
Was
I
that a
think a
minus
12.
5?
It's a -5 to the roll, and it's a 17 for the baseline. Yeah. I need to look up this guy again. Figure I'd
Yeah,
know
I'm
this
looking.
after fucking months.
Wisdom saving throw.
You're familiar with, so at minus is 5 to the roll. I think the crystal ball is set at 17.
Let me see.
So we're going to say that.
Yes, save DC is 17 with the crystal ball. Good job.
Okay. So, once again, you peer into the ball, and the sunlight shifts. The ball almost seems to glow entirely white for a second before it settles in on an image. And you see Kella Darkhope, a snake upon her shoulder. Not disguised as Lady Scarlet, but in her normal attire. The snake you remember seeing in Nightstone Keep. And she's reading a note. The note is difficult to make out. Make either a perception or an investigation check for me. Yeah. Excellent. You read that there seems to be a report on what had transpired in Daggerford Castle. That the snail has been slain. And that... Oh, let me double check the name.
Oh, is this the name for the
That-
fucking drow?
This is, no. It says that the Lords of Nightstone have proven to be a larger thorn in anyone's side than could have possibly been anticipated. And that it's no longer the time for games. That they are bringing in Bane, Darkwind, to resolve the matter. It says he's coming from a city, Zentalent? Very far away, across the Anarok Desert, near the Sea of Stars, I believe. And this is quite some distance. For somebody to be pulled in from that far away, you gather that you have garnered quite a bit of attention. This is no longer a regional affair of Waterdeep and Daggerford trying to acquire Nightstone. Whatever they want it bad. And you get the feeling that they will raise everything to the ground until they get it. You gather from the note that it'll be some time before Darkwind arrives. You do not know who this is. You do not know their particular role. But the tone of the letter seems very foreboding. It seems that this is somebody extremely high up in the Zent organization, which again covers the entire continent, much more than your map can see here. This is a near global organization with many powerful people in its arsenal. You watch as Kella crumbles the note and tosses it into the fire, as your vision returns to the deck of the Westwind Wyvern.
Sharing all that
If you-
with the group, naturally.
If you'd like, you can make one more check on someone, and then we'll let Goldbrand do some prescience if he would like.
I got nothing.
Okay.
Let Goldbrand do his thing
Yeah, dude.
with advantage or whatever it was that he's
You
got now.
get to you
3
have the
for 2.
refined bloodweed, so you can do one level higher of benefits and do the level below negatives.
No, I feel you. So, how many knots would he have before they got to
You would have
after
You
they
would have
learned about
you would have 8 nights before and 1 after. This happened at the very end of your flight that you were notified.
Oh boy, Goldbrand could do several things. Oh, there's so much. There's so much shit going on, y'all.
You're not wrong.
Okay.
Oh, I have coffee.
Some nights he stays up, cashing in his bad luck.
Devo's serenading you as you're like trying to focus on the stars.
Ooh, that hurt me.
They'll be seeing
Can
stars.
we do the one night first, and then there might be other ones that I ask about, but I know for sure.
What do you mean the one night first? Yeah, if you want to search for Gideon first, you can.
Yeah.
Or for something pertaining to it. What specifically are you seeking in the stars?
The same thing. He looks for everything. If Gideon is essential to preserve the path, because now he's up to all kinds of shit. So Goldbrand's like, all right, fuck. Is he cosmic?
If Gideon is essential to preserve the path.
Yeah.
Okay, make your roll. And how many hits are you taking? I'm sorry.
I guess 2, because that's really just 1 question mark.
Yes. What's the total on that? Does that break 25?
I'm working on it. It does break.
It breaks 25 because you're axe.
Roll with advantage. -1, so no, roll with advantage. I mean,
25 solid. Roll again just to see if we get higher.
nope.
Okay. You seek out Gideon, his prevalence to the path. And you see your head aches. The visions are unusual, vivid and vibrant and painful. Like staring at the sun for too long. This is exceptionally unclear to you. You're not sure what this means exactly, but you get the sense that Gideon plays a part in the path. But you are unable to discern what that is. And it may be that there are multiple things that could happen to him and still preserve the path. It's difficult to say. And you are, before we're reading the stars so clearly that you're surprised. You should divine more knowledge from this. And yet, you're left near blinded. You are unable to discern anything.
I don't know why I just got the sense that me and Goldbrand are like Obi-Wan and Liam Neeson's character thinking about Anakin.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah, Qui-Gon and Jinn. It's
Basically.
about Anakin. Like, I sense a darkness in the boy.
Yeah, no, that's I think
I think he would be
I don't
very
know.
susceptible.
I think Devin and Goldbrand both think that that's interesting. Like, I don't know. Does he feel like his visions are being tampered with or muffled?
Muffled is the better word for it. Something is
Blocked.
preventing a clear reading. And it's weird because you're not seeking him out per se.
That's
But this
terrifying.
blinding array of color and light is just, it's painful. You come out of it, and even though you have the level 1 effects, you just have this lingering migraine that even when you wake up the next morning is still dull in the back of your mind. It's unsettling. If you would like to do some prescience before this night to search for some things, or just to generally check shit out, you're welcome to do that as well.
I don't like this at all.
I mean, I don't know. Can I look at this Dark Bane person? I know he doesn't know him. but I got to-
Bane Darkwind, yes,
Bane
you may.
Darkwind.
Or excuse me, it might be Darkwind Baned. I'm sorry.
Either way, sounds like a bad night at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck
After he
up.
learned, after Davos told him about it, because he'd be like, "Oh man, like I don't know what he wants
It's
to look for necessarily. Like, I guess he wants to see what might happen when he arrives. Is the first thing in my mind would jump to.
he arrives at Ironslag?
No, when
Oh, when the Darkwind arrives.
yeah.
It's phrased as the Bane Darkwind in the letter.
Is that more of a
But go ahead and
title
roll.
than a name?
It's difficult to say.
Of course.
Yeah.
Were you just taking the one hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know this is earlier, but
And then
yeah.
you see a dark figure. The details are muffled. They have two people walking by their side. They're leaving a black stone keep upon an enormous sea. Perhaps somewhere upon the coast. Perhaps at the Sea of Stars that you believe was mentioned in the letter. It is not very informative, but imposing. You see flags bearing the Zentarum emblem, the winged serpent flying down upon a triangular flag. This is not a place where the Zent are in hiding. This is where they are brazenly out and open and leading. They have commanded this location to the point to where you believe it could be their headquarters, or perhaps one of their major bases of operations. This is not some city they have snuck in through the back door to gain control of. This is their stronghold. And with an 11, you're not going to get much more than that. I'll let you try one more thing if you would like to take another sniff at it.
I was thinking maybe if we call Safine, if she would know anything about that guy.
We
Or
can use
a good point.
we can do that
Woman,
instead
I
of
guess.
last precedence if you want.
And or knowledge of
Go ahead.
what's the word for them? The warlocks who they
The bastard?
yeah. Like no. What is it? The patrons.
Patron. Okay.
Or like
The mist.
yeah. I guess any info. Is Gideon going to the dark side? Please tell me.
Okay. The mist turns blue, and you see Lady Safine. She seems to be mid-conversation and stops and turns to you like, "Oh, I was wondering if I'd be hearing from you boys again soon. Tell me, what must you ask of Mama Safi?"
You ever heard of this Bane Darkwind? He's a Zent
Bane Darkwind.
high up in the Zent organization from lands afar.
The
I-
Bane Dark.
Yes, the
I-
Bane.
I don't know the name Darkwind, but Bane is one of the three dark gods. The Lord of, is he the Lord of Bones? I'm trying to remember now. I'm not so up to date on my religious studies, you understand?
Wouldn't they
As
just
Joey
call him
types something
Bone
in.
Darkwind then? That's
Well,
what I would.
hang on. It's there. Well, no. There's a trio of gods that are known as the Dark Ones. Bane is one of them. He is a fearsome, called the Black Lord, Lord of Darkness, the Dark One. All those cheesy bullshit titles. He is Fuck, it's not telling me. It'll tell me his favored colors, but not the other two of the fucking trilogy. God damn it. Fucking wikis.
It's true.
Let me try one other thing before she... I looked at this. This was something I looked at like 2 days ago. Because this was supposed to be something you weren't supposed to learn about until you deciphered that note. So thought I had more time. Let me look real quick.
They're not bringing in god haters. Surely. It is a titles.
If they are, then maybe we need to figure out what the heck is so valuable in Nightstone. Surely it's not just
Is it
stopping
just
us. Maybe it is.
They're known as the Dead Three, and it composes of Bane, the Lord of Darkness, Baal, the Lord of Murder, and Merkel, the Lord of Bones. They
Oh,
are
very
three.
cool.
They are three incredibly powerful dark gods who align themselves in the attempt to put an end to the traditional gods, to Helm, to Lathander. Um, they often work within the shadows and the organizations that lie within. This could be a coincidence, but if it's in history, it has been known that when a mortal is championed by one of these gods, that they will often adopt their title. It could be tied in somehow, and it's difficult to say, but you're messing with some dark magic now, Shug.
Just so I have
You
it
best be
clear,
careful.
are you saying like I'm the Dawnbringer, someone can just adopt the name Bane because that's his lord god?
It's not something that he would choose by any means. Just as you proved yourself in Golden Fields and earned that title, he had to do something monstrous to be proclaimed the champion of the Lord of Darkness.
A chosen of another god. That's fucking great.
Right.
As the mist fades once more,
Or the
and away.
actual god, which would be probably worse.
Yeah,
That would
I
be
mean,
pretty fucked.
we'll
I don't think I'm gonna do that to you, but I'll jot that down real quick.
we'll call her back later and ask her if she wants to kill this motherfucker with us.
I will write down the dead 3 just so I can do some more reading on that, because I really only looked at the one god, and then, I gotta throw you guys some kind of bone. You have one more use of prescience if you'd like to use it.
Don't think so.
Okay. With that, my dudes. Zatari knows roughly where Iron Slag is. Having been enslaved there, and having been sent out to collect pieces of the Vonantod, accompanied, of course, by fire giants, bugbears, and ogres. But he knows well enough where to guide you. He takes you to the far north, to the... Oh, fuck, where is it? To the mountains known as the Ice Spires. And Zatari tells you that Iron Slag is a great forge buried deep within the mountain that uses the volcanic presence beneath the Ice Spires to power it. And carved into the base of a 500-foot mountainside cliff, you see 2 50-foot tall adamantine doors, marked with Jotun runes around the edges. And Zatari tells you that only fire giants can open them. They have some deep magic that the fire giant god has imbued them with. Even if Zatari were to speak the command word to open them, it would not do it. You do notice, as you peer over the ship's side, hundreds of steps that are carved into this that lead up a jagged cliffside to a small village of roughly a dozen straw-thatched buildings, positioned on the top of a pair of flat-top mesas. I'm going to drop something real quick in your chat. Bloop, bloop. Torches have been lit in the village. While it is difficult to make out, in the late afternoon you see that there are a few figures wandering between the various buildings. Walls of brick and clay surround it, and a river cuts through the center of it in a way that reminds you almost of Neverwinter. You also see that above this are several other mesas, upon which many crops are growing, hugging the cliffside. You also see a watermill that seems to be connected to one of the huts and the mountainside on the eastern bank of the river. With this, Tajin tells you that he can drop you off at the base of the mountain, where you will likely be unnoticed by those at the top, or that he can let you off up top and be spotted, or you can try to take your mounts and try to approach unseen. What do you wish to do?
Definitely not with the ship.
Yeah, I don't know if we can
Definitely
take
not
the
with the
mounts
ship, good.
into the stronghold or not. I don't know. It might be big enough to fly around. But
Let's crawl this bitch from the bottom to the top, boys.
Look,
From
I
the
don't know what
bottom to the
sorta
top?
Morgan's all
sadistic-
about it.
I don't know what sort of sadistic
Luke,
pilgrimage
Luke,
Helm is
Luke.
trying to send you on, but I am not taking part of that.
So I hear one for the base of the mountain, one from the top of the mountain.
I agree with
Devin?
the base of the mount.
Base
Do
of the mountain.
we have to
Okay.
go through the village if we do the base of the mountain?
Zatari tells you, he doesn't know much about the Yak folk. He always took the lower entrance. He never had any interactions with them. All he knows is that they grow food for the fire giants, and in exchange, they're left alone. He doesn't really know anything else about them.
He said lower entrance. Does that mean that we could wait for another miner? With an E,
12
not an O.
12 will get to 20. No.
And maybe like
you
sneak
could,
in, kinda?
but you're not sure how long you would have to wait. You certainly could try, but you would be spending time to do that.
I'd ask Satari. How often would he go out? Is he the
Zalto?
only?
Well, practically never. He would occasionally send people out when they found a new fragment of the Vanandad. But from what I understand, they're very close to done with it. They could have all the pieces. They could be waiting on one or two more. I really don't know. All I know is that a few days ago I got this, and he shows the rune on his arm. And that is his 5th rune, I think. Yes, that is his 6th rune, excuse me. He has one in the back, one in the neck, one on each leg, and now one on each arm. And that he's been getting them, he believes, as the Vanandad part has been completed, meaning that the arms have been completed, the legs, the back, the neck. It seems like they're getting very, very close.
Got it. So not a good plan.
Not a bad plan by any means. It's just a roll of the dice of how long that'll take. I'll tell you meta-wise that I am setting a DC in my head. We would just do a regular 20, not a plus anything. And that you would have to, how long, whatever you rolled would dictate how long you waited before something came along, if something came along. And if you don't meet that threshold, you might spend 12, 24, 36 hours waiting.
Oh, thought you were gonna say days.
Yeah. No. You have, as at this point, it is the 24th of Myrtle. Excuse me, of Eliant. You have less than 7 days before the end of the month. And before the end of this, the Vanandad will walk.
Yeah, we gotta get in there, I guess.
Yeah, and landing at the bottom lets us sneak up to the top. It gives us plenty of time to eventually pop past without a trace, pass without trace, and get into the keep hopefully, or forge. And
What about hiding in some food barrels?
is it the things? Do
Trojan
people actually
horses.
do that?
I just got some major Wind Waker vibes of walking around in the barrel, almost Solid Snake style.
No,
Why don't we knock a couple giants out, steal their costumes?
we wouldn't.
Yeah. Bergen in Fire Giant clothes will be imperceptibly identical to a Fire Giant. I think that's a great plan. That may be Zatari talking, but... So, top or bottom? Give me your final votes.
Sounds like we're
I was
going
joking
bottom.
with the bottom. I'm down.
Oh.
with
Okay.
nine.
Yeah.
You,
I'm not for the bottom.
the ship curves aside. You all leap from the edge of the ship. Kaya casts her featherfall, and you glide down to the base of the steps. And the doors before you are enormous, 50 feet tall, and you don't know for sure how thick they are, but they look massive. All of you trying your hardest, perhaps even if there were 10 more of you, could likely not open these. There are the steps that are human-sized, which is odd in a place devoted to the giants, but perhaps the Yak folk use them. You begin to climb them, and Zatari tells you that there are 12,000 of them, it takes you 3 hours.
That's it.
Well, I actually had to Google this, and it said it would be 160 minutes, which is just shy of 3 hours. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna imagine at some point y'all take a fucking 5-minute breather a couple of
Yeah, I
times.
was
And
I was about to say we're not adventurers. That
my
have to
shins
hike
hurt.
everywhere anymore.
Thinking about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
We fly
like,
on an
oh
airship.
god. Yeah, y'all gotten a little flabby. But not anymore. And it is hot. It is summer. I mean, you are in July basically, and actually this would be the end of June. And it is a scorcher, man. Not only is it hot from the weather, but Zatari tells you that these are volcanic mountains, and there is this warm presence and verdant growth of an almost jungle-like forest that if you were a few hundred miles to the west, that you would be in the spine of the world, the frozen peaks, but this place seems to be more climate. 3 hours go by, and as you continue your steady ascent, passing into the 3rd hour of the climb, and feeling every minute of it in your calves and your thighs, Bergen, you notice a change in what has been mostly a monolithic trek. Ahead, there is a section of the wall that has been carved away. A cave, perhaps, fairly big, and as you draw closer, you see that the floor of this is littered with bones, and there is a figure within the shadows. You may try to make a perception check to see if you can figure out what it is, or you may choose to approach it differently if any of you have ideas.
Both of you are very perceptive, aren't you? Ooh.
It's large, quadrupedal, winged? It's difficult to say. You can't quite make it out very clearly with the 15.
I let Tally know.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. I don't know if all 6 of you are here, because I do not know if Tally is going to be here for this dungeon.
Alright, so playing that he won't be, I guess.
I mean, if we'll say, if he pops up, we'll say he was on the ship and he came for reinforcements or whatever. Or another thing that I have in the back of my mind, but we'll save that for a surprise.
So don't have to run Tally, alright?
I would say it's the 3 of you, definitely Zatari, and we'll say Valkyr, since he was here last week, is probably going to pop in at some point. So Tally cannot look, but someone else may. One other person.
I got a +7.
Go ahead and do it.
+7.
Well,
Oh, that's solid. Yeah, roll it. Okay, better. You see a bit of fire inside this cave. And at first you think that it's a campfire, perhaps? A torch? A sconce? But you realize that this is not, that it seems to be breathing this fire. And Zatari recognizes it first. A beast that he's hunted before for bounties. A monster in every sense of the word. You see a chimera. A vile combination of a goat, a lion, and a dragon. A monster with features, and it has heads of each of those creatures. Thick clawed feet click against the stone as it comes into full view, its lion head yawning to reveal 4-inch fangs, while the goat head shakes its ears and ruffles its horns. And wing beats draw your attention to the skies as you see a second 3-headed monstrosity gliding toward the cavern. Y'all may make a stealth check to try to avoid it, as you haven't been noticed yet.
Is it too late
group
to
stealth
cast
check.
Pass Without a Trace?
Pass without a trace? You can, but you'll use the spell slot. Your call.
We're far away from the cast we're pretty far from the Iron Slag.
You're near the top of the 12,000 steps. You don't know exactly how much further you have to go, but you gather you're over halfway for sure.
I have 4.
I'd say you're at
I have
least
4 first level spell slots. Oh no, this is a second, isn't it? Oh no. What do
You got 10 seconds, Green.
What do y'all think? I mean, I'm down not to this time, but
Your call. We could always just roll the dice and deal with it.
no, let's pop the first one. I'm gonna do it.
Alright.
I have to long rest myself. I'm sorry.
Go, yeah, and the rest of you may as well before we start, in case there's anything up. Well, I'll need somebody to run Valkyrie and someone to run Zat. All of you make a stealth check for me, and you get to add a +10.
I'll take Valkyr.
I need one more from Zat.
Working on it.
Okay. Davos, even with the +10, you had failed. Thankfully, the rest of the group rolled pretty damn well. You pull back to a slight curve where the beast can't quite see you as it makes its way in the den. You haven't been spotted, but the steps only lead the one way. You have to either pass the creatures, or you have to find another way around. How do you do it?
You said Zatari bounty hunted these things?
He had hunted them once before. He tells you they breathe flames. He tells you they are incredibly tricky to fight. There's 3 heads, and all 3 of them are fucking going for you with horns, claws, with their fangs. They're tricky.
No chance of like bribery.
They're not intelligent to that degree. They are monsters. They are monstrosities. Sorry, that's the word I was looking for. He will tell you, since that has fought them before, they also have a viper tail. There is a 4th head on the rear end that you got to keep an eye out for. It'll nip you when you're not expecting it.
I could throw a rock down the steps, see if they chase it.
You're down the steps. I don't know if that's a great idea.
I see.
Yeah, like here's the slope. You guys are down here. The cavern's right about here. You avoided being spotted by the one that was flying in, but you haven't made your way past the cavern.
Guess we can't use it. I was trying to think of a way to go like over the
You
top
do-
of the cavern with the rope, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
You might be onto something there.
What'd
You don't
say?
necessarily have to go. I said you might be onto something there.
Use the rope.
I mean-
or like instead of continuing up the steps, like through the sight line of the cavern, going up over and around it. But it might be kind of hard. Guess you'd have to climb the wall, like Uncharted / Horizon Zero Dawn style. Like, climb the wall up to the top, shimmy over, drop back down. That's how Goldrum would try to do it. But he's
I mean, I imagine you
hard.
can't just shimmy. You have to like walk, like climb the wall all the way past the point where your feet aren't even dangling past, and then fucking. I don't know. Damn. I'm honestly down for whatever you guys think. Trying to sneak past, or like you said, the rope. That's not a bad idea.
You also, I think, have a climber's kit or 2. So you have pythons and stuff of that nature to make that a little easier.
Do we have Sirius with us and shit? Like, how does that all fucking factor?
Meta-wise, he's not there until you ask.
Gotcha.
So don't ask. No.
Gotcha.
For intents and purposes, it's just the party, and then when you need Ember or Sirius, they pop up, and it's like when you start a fight in Final Fantasy, and like one of the NPCs runs away because they're not part of the fight.
Hell yeah. They just meld into your body like in Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, basically. What's the plan, y'all?
Clan.
Depends on it. Either way will get you by. It just depends. It'll just change the type of check it is.
Yeah. We can just try to sneak by if y'all want for that +10 on the stealth check. If it's gonna be like athletics or something to.
Oh, that's
to
right. We got
climb.
the fucking. Yeah, no. I
Yeah,
forgot
we
about
can
the
just try to
plus
sneak
10.
past if y'all want, but.
You do have the pass without trace up still, yeah.
Oh,
I
shit,
could
yeah.
cast. It would only work on one of them, not both of them. Never mind.
Sweet.
I was thinking Phantasmal Force. I can, like, I don't know, make a mouse crawl behind them or something.
Getting opening of Lion King, Scar toying with the mouse
Right.
vibes. Also, just this is unrelated, but Davos, you the real MVP from last game because you Davos casted Slow on Lady Pincheska.
Yeah.
And Lady Pincheska had a ton of reactions that she could have used and bonus actions that she was not able to because of that Slow. So, you the real MVP. Just all I want to say.
Mister.
Significantly. No, I was pretty salty about it. Like you were healing people, and she was supposed to be counterspelling you, but she can't if she's slowed.
Ah, shit.
Just realized something in hindsight. She had you charmed. She should have had you drop it, but never
I
mind.
said that.
Did you?
Yes.
I didn't hear that. Okay.
Oh,
All right, sneak and pass. Is that our call?
yeah,
That's what it sounds like.
Roll them again. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm tired
Stealth.
of being a little bitch.
I do have a question. I need to look at
Yeah.
my stealth because it has no modifier, but every other dex that I have
My God,
is a
why?
+5,
Go
and
ahead
that's
and break it.
for.
Inspiration?
Yes, abso-fucking-lutely. If you have it, use it, because that's 3 fails right now, and there's only 5 of you, so that would be you know,
Alright.
unless somebody else rolled a nat 20, that 5th person, and they didn't.
Are you kidding
Are
me?
you kidding?
What?
Yeah, it's a
Oh my god.
a fucking
All right,
jack.
so
Queuing up the slow.
Bergen, as you're climbing the steps, the party is making their way by. Zatari, unseen. Davos, nearly silent. Valkyr, and even Valkyr charges on. Gullbrand, a little clumsier, but doesn't seem to be noticed. He technically failed, but you, Bergen, you slip. And your shield, this new shield, your breastplate, your mace, it all just clatters together. There's even this instant right before you make contact where like there's a moment of opportunity where you try to correct it and just make it that much worse as you clamber on the steps, and the 6 heads of the 2 chimeras emerge from the den, snarling. And with that, my dudes, we're gonna hop into some combat. It is actually 10:30. So we'll take a quick break, and then we'll pick up with this.
Can I go ahead and pop initiatives while I'm taking a break?
Yeah, go ahead and roll them. I'll get this encounter up.
Alright, that's all from me, folks. Oh, he gets advantage. That's all
Whoa.
from me, folks.
It's about to get cray.
It's about to kill it.
Lady Titty, y'all.
What are the dimensions of the mouth of this cave?
It's pretty spacious across. I would say like it sort of curves with the staircase along the mountainside. Seems to have either been carved from it, or there was some minor opening that was expanded upon. I would say you're looking at easily 100 feet across. Like these are large creatures. Like they're the size of your mounts. You know, they're big things, and it's a lot of space. Y'all can't drop the other tokens, so I will real quick.
You hit my limit. I was thinking about maybe popping a wall of ice to just block off the mouth of the cave and being like,
Oh, that would be really clever though. 10-10, like thinking outside the box.
Hey, I'm showing your Valkyr is 21 on the initiative. He rolled a 13.
Well, the 13.
Well, he has advantage.
Interesting.
Oh, Valkyr?
Not Valkyr, Zatari. Zatari has advantage. Valkyr. Let me look back at the
I
chat.
don't know if you
I
saw
think
the
it had his. I see. No, it had his already filled for some reason, which is weird. But if
Oh,
I
okay.
click out of that, it should. Oh, it didn't move him. There we go. I'll have to drag him down. Loop. Thank you for that. So we start off with Quick Draw Zat. What's he got?
I guess same thing as that always do. Where'd you place him here? Can he hit this one?
He's-
Are there things in the way?
No, yeah, there's nothing in the mouth of the cave. The green is technically the staircase, and there is a slight slope, but it's nothing significant.
Alright. So
I just threw all the tokens on there. I don't know where we're supposed to be.
Where you are is actually pretty good. That's halfway through the passageway point.
nah, he gonna bang bang, I guess. I guess it's gonna be loud.
Yeah, get it. Which one? Blue or red?
Blue, it's the closest one to him.
Cool. Fire away.
What? I can't find his pepper box. I'm dumb. We already knew
actions?
that. First one.
Okay, that definitely hits. Fuck.
Second
Plus 11,
one.
goddamn. His gun
Gun
jams.
One gun jams? Question mark.
One gun jams. You are correct, yes. So one of his 2 pepper boxes is jammed. You have to factor that into your shot. So now you have 5 shots in the other one, and you can make a bonus action. No, you can't. I'm sorry.
I think it's it for Zach.
Okay. In that case, Bergine. What you got, dog?
Damn. I'm gonna throw the Guardian Faith down about here
Solid. Okay.
and let everybody know that, in case they haven't
Big
figured it
boy.
out at this point, you know, if those things move into its range, that it gets a crack at 'em.
It does.
Uh,
It's not.
so I guess he would say something to the effect of "Stay behind them if you can." And oh, cool. He's even green.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got to move them. To be out of their range, they have to be 10 feet away. So this would be within 10 feet, or 10 feet away from both of them. So if they move one square closer to him, he gets to pop them.
Word.
And he has 60 points of that? Is that right? I have it preset on the token. Look at me. Fuck. All right, sorry.
No, you're good.
All right, so that's your action. What you got for your bonus?
I don't think I can do much for my bonus, to be honest. Fucking. Where? No. Can I do a spell cantrip as? No, that's.
You can't do a spell. You can do a cantrip, yes.
I thought you got to do a mace blast as a bonus action.
He gets to do the mace if he heals with his action.
Yeah, I've already cast my spell for the turn.
Okay.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Davos.
Light of Lathander.
You're too far away from them right now, so you're going to have to pick one and get closer. I don't know if they're close enough to get 2. I don't think so.
I'm sorry,
No,
you said
'cause
these are
it's a
10
fif-
foots.
These are 5-foot squares.
No, I wasn't.
So there's about 15 feet between them.
You can just blast.
Oh
it,
yeah,
so
I
stay
know I
there.
can't hit both. Yeah.
Okay,
does that
which one
hit
are you-
Blue one? Is that
Does
the
that hit the blue one? Yes. I thought you said, does that hit the blue one? And I'm like,
No, no.
does what? What?
You know what? I'll go red. 5, 10. I guess that's 15 and puts me within 15. You know what? 20, 25. Gonna get up on them.
Okay.
Light of Lathander. It's bad.
Okay. Let's roll.
Oh,
Ooh, he fails. So he is blinded and takes the 12 of that radiant damage. Doesn't take anything extra because I know you're gonna ask.
Not
Uh,
yet. He's blinded. He's
Not yet. He
good.
told you right. And this is weird because he has 3 heads. I don't think he makes 3 saves, but I'm gonna roll a second one. He probably passes. I would say, okay, all 3 heads in the front appear to be blind.
Okay, so I know they all have 3 separate hit points pools.
Not necessarily, but
Okay.
if you're well,
I
that
guess
used
a
your
better
bonus
question
action.
would be when I'm attacking like melee, I have to target one of the heads.
No. You just target the Chimera as a whole.
Okay. All right. Going to be hit
fuck 'em
number
up, fuck 'em
1.
up.
Hells
Excellent. Yeah, get it.
So
Roll
does
some
that
damage,
count as
and
a
it gets the
crit?
bonus. Is that a 19? It
That
is a
is-
19. Yes, it does. So hang on, let me see the die on this, and we'll double it. So it rolled a 6, so 12, so 19 plus your 1d8 for it being blinded.
1d8.
19, 22,
Get it.
and all right. Anything
And,
else from Davos?
Oh yeah.
I
second
figured, yeah.
Oh snap!
Another natural, another critical.
Damn,
I love it.
bro.
All right, we're gonna ignore that crit because that's the dumbest thing on the planet. So that's 17. Okay.
Now do I do another?
Fuck, y'all are breaking all my encounters
Do I do another 1d8 since?
because it's blinded.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Hells yes. All right, that's better.
Excellent.
And go ahead.
So Davos rushes up. Light burst once more from his chest, and his sword glows as well. The topaz within it and the blade itself are also part of this radiant aura that he possesses, things bestowed to him by Lathander himself. And Davos comes up and hacks into the left neck, goes in for the lion. Even with the thick mane, it gets past it, and he goes for the goat, and the goat tries to like parry with its horn, but he still catches it in the neck a bit. All of them are just thrashing about wildly. But as he does, the snake rushes forward and gets an opportunity attack. And it is not blinded because it was facing the other direction.
You dirty dog.
I
you. All
rolled
right.
that other die for that. I'm like, technically, the 3 heads we won't roll individually, but it's got a bonus. Okay, an 18 plus. Oh shit, which one's Chimera? Okay, an 18 plus 7, so yeah, 25. But
Barely.
take 8 piercing damage and roll a con save for me.
All right, I did plan on like divine smiting and one of my defensive flourishes, but does this?
This doesn't interrupt it.
Okay. You said
I
eight-
just, yeah,
8
you
damage.
take 8. Yeah, and then you have to roll a con. Ooh, and you fail. So you take another 12 poison damage. As the venom of this viper in the rear just deeps into you. Viper in the rear sounds
Yeah.
so wrong.
That-
As we go to that very Manticore, Chimera. The Chimera gets to make 3 attacks, one with
Do I-
each head,
do I
but they're
get to
all
do
at
that?
disadvantage.
divine smite.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I will do it at a first level, so 2d8 extra damage. And then I would also like to do a defensive flourish,
Okay.
which lets me add to my AC.
Cool. So you get
1d8.
plus.
So
You get to
this-
roll for it.
Yeah, I use one of my bardic dice.
Fun
So
fact:
solid.
the divine smite damage is technically doubled.
Cause it was a crit.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. So another 10. Okay. Excellent. Oh my God. Fun fact indeed.
Wow.
Normally when you
Says,
say that, it's boring as shit, Devin. But that was a good one.
That defensive flourish adds to the damage as well as my AC. So 2 more
Excellent. So another
damage
2. Lulu,
plus
you fucking lay into this thing.
I guess 10 more, like Evan said. So that I gotta calculate this. 22 plus 5.
DM laughing in first encounter.
I'm assuming you got all of that. And I'm done.
Excellent. Fantastic. As it comes to that very, which you've taken beyond the bloodied point in a matter of seconds. All 3 of its heads lash out. The goat fails. The lion also fails. Because you have a 19, is that right?
A 21 right now.
A 21 right now, you're right. 14 plus 7 is 21, so that meets. So one of them does get to deal
The only thing it's
11
is its creator because it's going down.
whatever bastard brought you into this world. Take
Exactly.
11 bludgeoning damage for me. As the horns of the goat, we'll say the horns of the dragon, ram into you. And that brings us to Valk. What's he got?
Ugh. Does he get 2 attacks as well?
I think now he does. One is an action, one is a bonus
10,
action because of his 2-weapon fighting, I think.
Okay. I just do that.
He doesn't get it from Rogue or Warlock, but
He runs up on Mr. Blue Guy.
get up. Mr. Blue Sky, Mr. Blue Guy.
Plus 9. I hate how you can't roll the attacks. So it's a
You
plus
should be able to.
9.
Yeah, you have to
That's
go to
weird.
the side menu and roll.
Oh, okay, there it is. Let's see.
Yeah, 22 hits. That's he's using it with one hand, so that's 13 damage. I hate that how it shows both. Excellent.
And then I guess you said as a bonus
Goes in
action.
for the mace. Yeah. Technically it would be with the mace, but that's fine. I think their damage is comparable. 7. Okay.
The Morning Star?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm showing the same.
Okay, yeah, that's cool then. I went ahead and docked at the 7. So I think that's it for Valkyr. Goldbrand?
Yeah, because he can't
Oh.
do sneak attack.
Yeah. Oh, he does have advantage at the moment.
But he would get sneak attack because he's a whatchamacallits, and he's by himself with it.
A swashbuckler and he's an island. You're right. You
He's
said that,
on
and
an
that,
island,
that
yeah.
like that phrase popped. Like, yeah. Okay. So he does get advantage
Not so
Extra
fun fact. That's
6
from
damage.
or
Gumball.
sneak attack.
On an island with somebody out wide.
Anything else for Val?
Nope.
Go. What you got?
Goldbrand will go ahead and use one of his whatchy-jiggers to light up like a constellation.
Gotcha.
and
He's
he's
wild
gonna
shape.
move
Gotcha.
5, 10, 15 to here. He was gonna throw a javelin at it and stay there. This one looks hurt. Yeah?
Yes, it's beyond the bloodied point.
He may javelin that one before then I might move more. Bonus actions.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh, come on.
Swing and a miss.
That might be the damage. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're right. That does say 1d8 plus 4.
Swing and a miss.
Not much better. All right. What else? What else you got?
He's gonna stay there. He's gonna let it come to him if it doesn't fuck up Valkyr.
Okay. That brings us to the other one, which is going to go for Valkyr. Oh, this one does not have disadvantage. So I will count that as 2 attacks. One of them hits. Let me roll the third. 2 of them hit. So Valkyr is going to take 14 points of damage. And that one is going to actually... it's going to try to curl around to its mate. So I'm going to say 2... We'll say right about there. Valkyr does get an opportunity attack. Did you hear that, Bran? Yeah. 26, solid. So, extra little pop on it. Does he get... He doesn't get sneak attack again, though. That's once per round. I was about to be like, what the fuck? Rogues are broken.
Once per turn.
Once per turn. Not once per round. So it can pop it on his turn on an opportunity attack? I don't know if that's rules as intended.
Intended? I don't know. It's written. I'm almost positive. But go ahead. We can skip it.
Yeah,
like
go ahead. Yeah. Zatari, what you got?
Pat,
So we go
pat.
back to the top of the
That's
ship. Yeah. Yeah.
All
Oh, I'm
right.
sorry. I thought you were thinking.
Now, where's that?
I should have known.
I can't move that token.
Who's that?
Yeah, I have to move my.
Where do you want him?
I
I
could
got
move
you.
him.
I have to.
Oh, cool.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
Get out of here.
Where was he? Right here? Right here?
I believe so, yeah.
5,
And you have
10,
one jammed
15,
gun.
20, 25. He'll move to here. Can he... This is ethereal, I'm assuming. He can shoot through that at the blue one?
I would say yes, yeah.
So he'll use his first... He'll shoot one gun and use his second attack to unjam the other gun.
Okay, excellent. Fire off.
Working on it.
You have to make a check to unjam it.
Okay.
You have to make a Tinker's check. I forget what that is. We'll say a Dex check because his Dex is pretty good.
He has Tinker's tool, so he gets to add his proficiency bonus to this. So
Yeah.
this technically
That's an extra
gets,
+4 now?
Yeah.
that right?
That technically gets a +4.
Excellent. Okay, so he pops that very well. He still has his bonus action in that case, and he has to make it with the one he just repaired. So make another attack. You guys watch as that, like, cursing at his gun like fucking shit, fires, pops the pepper box with the other one, and then fires with the one he just fixed, and, like, still fires off two. He's got quick hands, man. Excellent. Did you make another attack, Dev?
He gets a bonus action attack? I don't see that on his sheet.
He does. It's not listed because it's still an attack.
Gotcha.
Because he's a 2-weapon fighter. He has 2 attacks because he's a fighter, bonus action with the offhand weapon. So it has to be the second one that he didn't fire. Excellent. All right. And that is going to bring us to Bergen as Zatari pops into this motherfucker.
Yeah. I'm gonna do. Well, I guess first I'll take a shot at this dude.
Cool, cool, cool. What are we talking? With your mace or with spiritual
Yeah.
weapon or?
No, my mace. Shoot.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Oh, okay, 12 does not meet, unfortunately. All right, so you still have a bonus action. What you got?
Bonus action is gonna be the mace.
Yeah. All right, swing for that mace while I drop it on the map. Doop, doop, doop. I should. And where would you like it exactly, good sir?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Bit in between them, but hitting this dude.
Okay, excellent. 10 damage to bloop, 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 bloop. I should swap those so they're in the same color palette, but that's a thought for later. All right. Anything else, big guy?
Nah.
Excellent. You see the spectral suit of armor that is his spiritual guardian, and the mace of Helm, a mimic of the one that he wields within his hand, and there's just a very strong divine presence here in this moment with Davos coming in, lighting up like Lathander, and then Helm providing the defenders. Like it's very much you guys have evolved far beyond what you were 6 months ago.
We're the Bash Brothers.
The Bash
We bash.
branding it TM, love it. Roll it. Get Davos, what you got? That's beautiful. Bash Brothers.
It's from the Mighty Ducks. I think y'all are a little young for that one.
Oh no! Now that you say that, that does click. I'm from Pennsylvania, you fuck. Of course I know the fucking
Okay,
Mighty
well,
Ducks.
I mean, y'all are a little younger. Wasn't sure if it was before your time, like the Goonies.
I don't know what he's talking about.
The Devin, you probably don't know what the Goonies is, but the Goonies is fucking legendary. Come on.
Nah, I figured of the two. Anyway, is Red still blinded? It says till the end of my next turn.
Red is blinded, yeah. The
Right.
3 heads on the front are still...
Still going for
Brilliant.
him. 2 attacks. Do any of them hit? Shit.
So well, that's 1 swing because you have advantage because it's blinded. Roll 2 more.
Oh, snap.
The 16 actually does hit, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, the
Damn.
16 hits. So roll just 1 hit.
That's 16. That's what that does damage-wise.
Excellent. The Viper once again comes forward to try to bite you. A nat 20.
Miss.
Shit, okay. Nat 20, 20 plus,
I know.
what, 7? Yeah, sorry, dude. So that's gonna be 14 piercing damage, and then roll another con save. Oh, I would say at disadvantage because of the crit, but I'm not gonna be that guy. Oh, but that does fail. So take another 12 poison damage.
So, whatever 1/5 of your health is, that's what I'm at.
That's that's where you. But it's in the same category. You guys have equally weathered each other down. So sorry, that was your action. Your action. You still have a bonus action. Oh, and roll a d8 actually because you get to add it because it's blinded.
Come on. All right.
That's a rough.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Can I retro smite?
Yeah. We'll say you can tack it onto that second attack.
All right. Do it as a
Go ahead.
second.
Use all those class features in the first encounter.
Shut
This
up.
isn't the Chimera cavern. This is the fucking the fire giant forge.
What is it? D8? You. Damn it. That much more damage.
Solid 11. It's in critical territory. It is not looking good.
That's all I got.
All right, Zat, what you got?
No, it should
Devil.
be
I was about to say, I think your thing
Oh.
reset.
yeah.
That's weird.
Somebody
That's
and then
weird.
Goldbrand. Unknown creature.
Chimera, then Goldbrand. I hate that it shows the unknown creatures now too. I don't know why it does that. That is the one in front of you, and you have fucked it up. It's just regained its sight. All 3 heads, like one part, the goat is terror stricken and it's squalling. The lion is like looking like defensive and trying to flee, and the dragon is snarling and vengeful as they make their strikes on you. A 19 plus a 7 is a 26, so that hits. The other one does not. And the 14 does not. So we'll say that the lion's head comes in and like catches onto your shield arm as it sees it slightly exposed, and you're gonna take 11 piercing damage, my dude.
You guys see me hanging on by a literal thread.
Working each other down, and then the viper comes around. No, Goldbrand, what you got?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Gobram will rush here and take both of his attacks first before he does anything else.
Okay. That hits. That hits. Roll damage. You'll probably need both.
Plus 4 total.
The first hit actually gets it then, because it's at 12. So you actually cleave through the goat's neck and most of the way through the dragon's neck, and then if you want to use your second swing just to cleave through it, or you can move and make an attack on the other one.
I can use my bonus action in between though, right, to throw my javelin at it?
Yes.
Early javelin? Cool. I just have to find that.
About 5 feet away. Technically not disadvantage.
Tosses it at it, yeah.
Yeah. Technically this is fine.
Bloop.
Alright.
And then you can apply that second set of damage plus 2 to that one if it hits.
So 13 plus 2 is 15. It is in the battered territory as we round to it. The dragon head turns to you as it exhumes a 15-foot cone of flame, which lines up you and Davos pretty well. So both of you make a dex save? Yes, a dex save?
Thank God for advantage.
Does that count as a ranged attack?
It is an area of effect attack. Yes? Devin, your thoughts on that? I feel yes, because he... Like, for you, I would say almost no. But for him in the back, I would say yes.
What does the class feature say, or whatever it is say? How's it worded?
While you wield the shield, you have resistance to all damage dealt by ranged... it does say weapon attacks.
Well, the attacks are natural weapons. Like, claws and teeth are natural weapons.
It's like a breath weapon.
This is technically a special ability.
I don't think
We'll
it's
say
gonna
for
be
this
a
one-
resistance or not.
Well, hang on. We'll say yes, that you do have it. That does give you the advantage. So roll the advantage. Or, I'm sorry.
Gives it
Not the
resistance
advantage.
to
Get
damage.
the
Yeah, it says
resistance to it.
resistance.
But if you fail the save, that's still a pretty bit. 15 fire damage to Davos. Goldbrand, since you fail... No, you passed because you could see it.
So what's the
That's
rules
what
on once you go down, how much damage until it's like automatic death
Well,
fail?
Yeah.
Nothing right now. But if something hits you, that's 2 fails.
Okay.
So if something hits you and you fail your save, that's the...
Alright, well, I'm
He's
down.
over by himself though.
A cone of flame, rushes over Goldbrand. Goldbrand, you did take the half from that, didn't you? I'm sorry.
Yes,
You
I
also
did.
take 15 because it's half. You're not raging yet, right?
No,
You
no,
take...
but I take
you-
7 total, right? Because 15 was if you fail.
It's... Yes, but he had resistance to it. It's 31 normally, so it's
Oh, I
15
see.
with your
15.
thing.
I got you. Got you.
Sorry, I had to think about that for a second myself. You watch as this cone of flame exudes, just rushes over and crashes into Goldbrand and into Davos, and Davos goes down, clutching himself just over the dirt, like coughing up blood and just seared. It's terrifying. As we go to Zat.
Just
Excuse me, Goldbrand, I think is where we are.
No, I think you're right.
No, that was the second one. I'm sorry, yeah. Zatari.
Attacked me. Zat's gonna do as Zat do. He gonna step up
Pop, pop.
underneath this. I like to think he like literally walks like through it because it's ethereal.
He's using the shield as like half cover, like, and just popping around it.
Because that thinks it's badass. Oh, god dang it. Let's do the thing.
Let's say, come on. 28 and 30 both hit for a total of 22. He's real close. 2 shots blast into it. You got 1 more if you choose to use it.
Oh. Oh. So he has extra.
have your bonus
he has
action.
an extra attack and a bonus action attack. I see.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
3 total. Zach comes up and just triple headshot. 1 into the goat, 1 into the lion, 1 into the dragon. As this one gives one final jolt and like slumps over. As you guys have just slayed the chimeras. Congrats.
I rush over to Davos to do my thing.
I was about to ask if you had a cantrip too. Do you have like
Yeah.
Spirit to Die?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did your token disappear? Did I accidentally delete you with the medical?
No.
There we go.
Oh, I see.
First teabagging me.
Spare the dying. All right, so you do not have to make death saves. You're stable. You're still at 0 hit points. He's still unconscious.
How long can he stay like that? Can I ask the group if we could take 10 and cast fucking...
Prayer of healing.
Yeah.
Well, what if? Because once we get in the thing, Goldbrand's gonna rage a lot because he needs to tank. What if I use like a healing spirit on him, and it can heal others if y'all need it, but he may be the only one that really needs it. We'll see like what it does for him first.
Mhm.
Oh, wait. No. Fuck that. Hold on.
Save your
where
spells
is
for
it?
later.
Yeah, I would definitely say save spell slots. I have lay on hands that gives me 15 hit points. If we do take a short rest, there's that.
Man, I can never fucking find this thing when I need it.
Same.
Preserve. There it is. This? On
Use your channel to heal
Davos.
badly injured as you proceed. Number equal to 5 times your cleric level. You're level 9. That's 45 points.
Up to half his
Okay.
health point.
Up to half. What's your hit point maximum, Davos?
69. So what's that?
Is
35.
it really?
Yeah.
69
I
hit
remember
points
seeing
for our
that on
bard?
that mission, yeah.
Oh my god, that warms my heart.
It's
Okay.
like 33.
If it
Oh,
doesn't
that's
ruin
beautiful.
anything,
Pretty
apparently
close.
Valkyr also has 69 points.
Of course you do. Of course they do. That's oh my god, that's beautiful. Wow.
Kind of
That's a little gay actually.
Kind of
Like,
disappointed.
you both have
actually.
69 as your hit point.
Like level 9,
Come on.
that's all I got. Like surely that's a typo.
It's that bard coming through.
Yeah.
Like I should be tankier.
Right.
Fucking been playing the lute instead of lifting the weights a lot.
Right.
What you so what are you? He gets you up to half. Bergen comes up, and this his mace, and well the guardian says the mace fades, and the energy from it rushes toward his hands as he pumps this energy into you, and it's like you go from nearly dead to stable to wide ass awake and halfway
Stop.
there. Excellent. How do you guys react? Is there anything you want to do, Davos, to yourself? You're out of combat, so how do you want to proceed?
Guess I acted a little rash.
I mean,
I've been hanging around Goldbrand, thinking
it would have been badass if you would have killed it.
I surely
What-
killed it.
To be fair, Goldbrand, you kind of came up and last shot it, so fuck you. That's
You did.
not good RPG behavior.
I suppose you did owe me that one
Indeed.
from the dragon.
Yeah, no.
That's
Straight
fair.
up. I thought it was
Dragon
going to
from
kill
Dragon.
Zeus, so I took care of it.
Alright, so I'm up to 50 out of 69 with my lay on hands. So, like I said, if we take a short rest, I'm good.
Do y'all want to do that?
It's up to y'all.
Or
Y'all-
look around first. I mean, we don't have to take it right now. I'm pretty good.
But see, I don't
Oh, do
think
you
I
guys want to try
open-
to like harvest anything off these motherfuckers? Do you think you can get off of them?
You can technically get dragon horns off of this. You could get a dragon head. Tell people you killed another young dragon.
Goldbrand will make a survival check to see what. I guess.
You can make kebabs out of the goat. You
I
can,
was thinking if we had the goat horns,
That's-
we could make a horn like trumpet horn.
you could. They're pretty sizable.
A wine horn?
The dragon also has horns. Like it's set to where each of their attacks can be done by two different creatures. They can all bite you. The horns could be on the dragon or on the goat, and the claws could be either the goat arm or the dragon arm. Lion arm or dragon arm. Excuse me. The goat arm coming at you. So yeah, you can harvest
What
decent
about
stuff
any
from it.
goat's milk?
No, God, no tits. I guess one of them is female though, isn't it?
If it's a
Oh,
milk,
God.
that makes it more hilarious. But
Shut the don't. Anyway,
guys, I got
note
some
to self:
goat milk.
cut that out. Yeah, just cut that out. Yeah, Goldbrand, if you want to harvest any of that, you're welcome to with the 27.
Whatever you want to give me. I'll go for the horns the most, I guess. Whatever we can make ornaments
Okay.
out of.
You managed to get roll one more check. We'll say with those you get one of each, the dragon and the goat horn.
Can I
then
guide
if you
myself?
You have advantage because you've collected this before now. That's how I typically roll this. Good thing you did too. 16's a little low. You get the goat horn, but not the second dragon horn. So you have 2 ram's horns and 1 dragon horn. Add that to your inventory. All right. Bergen, now that the chaos has kind of died down a bit, you, with your keen perception, notice that in the corner there is a small nest of bones and tattered bits of cloth. But within it, there's several things that have been added to this nest. It almost reminds you of the Rock's Nest that had the ship and the part of the tavern and the thatched roof and like just different elements. It just needs to be different things that the Chimeras collected or that its food had collected before it consumed it. And you find quite a few things. You find 120 copper pieces, 45 silver pieces, 6 100 gold gemstones.
Jeez.
You find a dagger with an obsidian blade worth 75 gold, and you find a beautiful lantern that is just has intricate carvings with bumps all around it and with a large eye on the front that stares forward, and it has an adjustable dimmer to where you could do dim light or brighter light. It seems to be made from silver and has dozens of crystal pellets in various sides that resemble eyes looking out. Sirius seems
I
interested
was
in
gonna
it.
say I presented a serious.
What the fuck's his stats?
Good question.
You
I
can-
don't
fellas.
know, but
some-
it's kind of creepy.
Someone could make an Arcana check if they want, and try to get a rough idea.
Plus
Are
2.
you sure you should be touching stats?
His god symbol is literally the eye. It's almost too
20.
appropriate for him to have a fucking
Nat 20.
nat 20. Goldbrand, you've seen something like this before.
Goldbrand or Davos?
Or I'm sorry, Davos. You've seen something like this before. You take it and you shake it. There's no oil within it to burn, but this provides bright light and dim light, but also reveals invisible creatures that are within its light. You can dim its hood to where it can be used at 5 feet, or its max range is 30 feet, and that determines how much oil you burn and how much. But you always reveal invisible creatures. It's just within that radius, 5 or 30, however far the light goes.
For posterity, you put
That's
that on
solid.
this since you've been gone, chat.
Oh, did I? Fuck, my bad.
Just figured I would warn you before we forgot and lost it.
No, thank you. Where's my bag? There we go.
We used to
And there's a
use
link
one
in
of
there to
these
the
in the
actual item.
temple.
That's kind of
Yeah,
neat. I can imagine it
Oh,
could be
yeah.
useful. Might as well keep
I'd
it
say
on Bergens.
I would
I know
say
that-
your dad would tell you that they use them for ghost hunting, but you were never sure as a kid if he was serious or if it was like something he was telling you to like scare you a little bit.
Right, right.
But that's the first thing you think of is you think of your dad when you see it.
That bastard. I mean, I know that a few of us have fairy fire, but still a useful thing. Maybe to have a nightstone at least.
Mhm.
Oh,
Or
whatever.
what we're going into this fucking keep.
Yeah, I guess
Both
we could
excellent
walk
points.
around with if it had oil. But
where-
you said it was empty.
It's empty right now. Yeah, you'd need oil. I don't know if any of you would have that as part of your basic adventuring gear.
I
It
was
does come
about
with some
to
things.
say,
Does
I
that
want
make
to.
sense?
I don't think I-
I have an oil flask.
I'm an alchemist.
You have an oil flask? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Between the two of you, y'all managed to fill it, and it has 6 hours that it can burn at the 30-foot radius. And you realize this is useful for rest, too. Like, you can put this down, and if anything invisible were to try to encroach upon your camp, you would be able to see it. So, yeah, definitely has its uses. You guys sit for your short rest, but you do not get to complete it. About 2 minutes in, a large, horned, furry creature comes around the corner. It looks bovine in appearance, and at first you mistake it for a furbog, something uncommon but not unheard of in these realms. But it is a yak folk. Now, I'll scroll down just a second.
Guys, it's a bug
You
cow.
Bug cow. You see 2 long horns extending over its head in either direction before curling up in sharp tips. Cloven hoofed feet tend to lead to surprisingly slender legs with well-muscled arms that end in humanoid hands. In this instance, hold a broadsword. White fur erupts from the head of the creature, and each bit is braided and tied off with a fine carved stone bead. Flies buzz about it, which seems twisted, and as it smiles and says, "Oh, hey there, friends. Sorry, I heard some ruckusin down here, and I thought the Chimera done got ya. Are y'all, you didn't get eaten, did you? You're all here?
Without a scratch.
Looking pretty good, yeah. I mean, he goes, "Oh, well, that's just swell. We got a village just a little while up. If you need to come and take a bit of a snooze or get some food or drink, we got all sorts of good stuff."
It is so with the
John
safe
Wayne,
between here.
Oh yeah, the Chimeras were really actually a pain in the ass. They kept getting my boars. So thank you for taking care of them. That's pretty swell, actually. They're kind of annoying. I wasn't gonna come kill it, but I'm glad you did.
It's
So what were you
it is.
doing walking by here?
Well, we heard you. Yeah, that sounded like thunder down here. It was fucking crazy. We thought it was an earthquake. You know, we're up here on the cliffs. One little shrumble and we're down the hill, you know?
Inside check.
Inside check? Okay.
Oh wow.
I love the passion with it, too. 22.
Fucking sus.
He doesn't seem to be lying about he heard you guys and he was coming down here. He does seem a little, I don't know, eager to get you moving along.
I ask him, "What's the rush? We need to take a short rest, buddy."
He did
Feels-
offer to let us
You,
snooze up in the town.
yeah, I was gonna have you come up and, I don't know what you eat. We're vegetarians here, so we usually eat, like, dried fruit and grilled vegetables, but we got some stuff for you. And Chief Garthakaya might have some wine in his yurt if you're willing to ask him. He'd probably like to meet you anyway. We don't get many of you kind up here.
Bergen scarred after the wizard. If you guys trust him, we'll go along.
Bergen never
I guess
forgets.
I'm just trying to think how to ask. What I
How to ask.
like, what's the rush? Because he kind of just avoided it.
Oh, I guess there's not much of a rush. I didn't think you'd want to stay down here with all the bones and the spooky shit. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if there were just 2 or if there were more down here.
That's
We
why
just
I
know
hear-
that.
Bye.
Yeah. You guys follow him. Not much further up the steps. Takes you about 5 minutes, a little under, about 4 minutes to get up there. And you find the Yak Folk village. Let me pop you into the map here. Come all the way down here to get you. Bloop. And Revelio.
Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo.
Alright, you guys took out those there annoying chimeras, so I'm gonna get those off of your map.
Yeah, get them off for a minute. Whoa, it's like a whole village.
What?
What the fucks?
No, yes, this is a pretty welcome to our humble village. We're happy to have you here.
Did he tell us his name?
I did not. You were very rude and didn't ask. I guess I didn't ask for yours either, though. We don't... I mean, I'm probably never gonna see you again. I'm
Alright, I guess I was just gonna ask him. You know, it mentioned taking your boars, but we didn't find any boar bones. In fact, we found coppers and silvers.
There was a nest of bones that was sort of, like, clumped into. I guess you didn't check to see if any of them were pig bones, but it seemed to be a mix.
Okay. It take any of your villagers?
Oh no, we're a little too big. And this, he's pretty tall. He's about 7-8 feet, and then the horns. And pretty stocky. I've got a picture I'll share with you real quick. Get you an idea of what this handsome motherfucker looks like. Because of course I can't have an unattractive NPC.
Naturally.
I'm kidding. This is book art.
Oh, I love fuck art. Do you
Um,
know? Oh, sorry, I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to. Oh, that's.
I'm gonna say it's one of these actually. On the map, I will say you see those squiggly lines that were obviously painted in.
Yeah.
That is where the steps continue, and that is where you guys had ascend from. The staircase goes further than that, but you know I didn't want it to get confusing with the broken bridge that's up there, so I just cut it off there. So you guys are on the steps coming up into the village at this point. Goldbrand, did you have something you wanted to say?
He wants to ask him about the giants. Like I imagine Goldbrand probably phrases something like, "Do you see giants?" or, you know, in this area.
Oh yeah, the giants come up, I don't know, once a week or so and take some of our food. We if we grow it and they get to take some, they don't really mess with us, you know. So that just seems like a peaceful arrangement. I guess it's rent, you know. It's their mountain. Technically the fire giants were here first, but then they left, and then we came here. That's to say that the giants were, it's hard to explain. It's a long story.
I see. So you don't know how to get to them that comes to use.
Oh no, there's a big old staircase up there, but you have to talk to Chief Garthakaya about that. And about the moment he's saying that, he comes up and he guides you across this bridge, over the canyon, over the waterfall, and up another staircase, and through two stone gates. A surprisingly well-built location. Like, they don't seem... They're obviously partially humanoid, but this stuff is actually very well designed and engineered. It's simple, wood, straw, clay, but it's effective. That's Garthakaya's house right there in the middle. The yurt, we'll go over there. Alright, now, it was a pleasure meeting you. I hope we get to talk a little bit later. I've not met a lot of people like you, but I'm sure Garthakaya is just gonna want to have you to himself. Well, his wives will be in there too, but don't worry, they usually stick to themselves. And
He fucks his wrongs with him.
Behave. Behave, Goldbrand. We don't need any more illegitimate children running around.
Oh Christ!
Happy act, folk.
Sending me. All right. Jesus
act.
Christ. The happy act. Oh God. You guys are led to the larger shirt, which has a beaded curtain in front of it. He pulls aside the curtain for you, and you come to a somewhat hazy room. It's got a sunken floor in the center that holds a smoldering fire, and the smoke lifts up and through a gap in the top of the ceiling. Dozens of
Clean up.
chairs, cushions, and blankets seem to fill much of the yurt, and a few odd pieces of dark wood furniture speckle the space. You see a yak folk a man wearing nicer fabrics of bright colors, and he has a lot more beads than the yak folk you had seen previously. He smiles warmly as you enter, and his lips pull back on a long wooden pipe that he's puffing lazily. He seems to enjoy the opulence of chiefdom. You also see 2 yak folk women in purple robes and finely crafted jewelry of stone, bone, and gemstones. They keep their distance as you enter and seem to prefer to stay near the rear of the room that has 2 beaded curtain draped entryways. I'll reveal this on your map. Oh, where the fuck
Don't
is it?
puff the hidden to Yakko.
To Yakko. There we go. You see, oh, hi there. Welcome to my village. It's very nice to be seeing you. Come on in. What are you doing here? Are you causing all that ruckus down in the cave?
We killed
Yes.
2 monsters for use.
You came to kill the monster for us? Oh, that's awfully
We
swell.
killed 2 monsters for use.
Yeah, you did. I heard. No, we've got some fast news here, I guess. I don't know how I heard that actually. No. Well, I figured you did some kind of ruckusing, and here you are standing before me. So I guess you killed it and not the other way around. So that's good. You what brings you here? Why we don't get many of your kind up here? Are you hungry? And he snaps his fingers and he calls up, "Hey, Imbiru, Nahala, well, can we get some snacks in here, please?" And one of the women like brings over a large platter that's covered in dried fruit and grilled vegetables and sort of sets it in the center of the room. And there's several seated chairs if you would like to sit, but as of now, you guys are kind of standing in the entryway of the yurt.
We needs to speak with the giants.
Oh, they're kind of nasty. I don't know if they're gonna want to talk to you.
We're going to try regardless.
Well, that's good. Perseverance is really admirable trait to have. I mean, they come up once a week, but I don't think they're supposed to be up here for another few days. That's really the only time I see them.
How do you feel about them?
Oh, well, we grow crops and they take them, and in return, nothing really fucks with us. Other than those damn chimeras, but you done took care of that, didn't you there?
You hold any allegiance to these giants?
Allegiance is a little bit of a strong word. Economic pact, perhaps. Some might call it serfdom, but you know, I like to look at things half full. This is the most ridiculous.
Not a bad way to look at
I'm
things.
trying to think how to once again phrase the questions.
I mean,
what do
if
they
you want to,
protect you from? Like, it seems a bit of an unfair balance agreement.
well, I don't know. We've been on a lot of different mountaintops, and you know, there's always something around. I'd almost rather have these that are a little more civilized like than some of the ogres who'll just come in and try to make off with our stuff, and you know, those we have to fight off. The giants we can pay off. It's a little easier that way.
Do you know of any way to summon an audience with the giants?
With Zolto?
Is that the giant's name?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the Duke
yeah.
of the Fire Giants. Oh yeah, Duke Zolto. Yeah, sure. He's the... I don't know a way to really get a hold of him directly. We always just see some of the other ones, you know. They just come up and get the food and go. They take the elevator over there in the shaft. Either that or they take the stairs, but you don't typically like to do that. To be honest, they're a little lazy. But that you didn't hear that from me. Please don't repeat that.
Do you know how
I like
much-
my job.
Do you know how much longer it is to climb up to the tops using the stairs?
Oh, this is the
Elevator
top, friend.
path,
You-
said.
Not elevator to the top, friend. Elevator down. This is the top of the ice spire, at least as far as the steps go. The forge is down there, man. It's way down at the bottom of this here thing. Well, past all the mine shafts, of course.
So we have to go in from the tops. That's great.
I mean, you have to get through the doors first. They're pretty hefty. I mean, I don't want to go pissing them off, so I don't know if I can help you with that, but... it usually takes one of those big guys to do it. Even bigger than you, friend, and sort of nods over to Goldbrand.
Yes, we've butchered
If
giants
you-
before.
If you'd like, I'm welcome to tell you a little bit more about Zolto, but I feel like do you want something? Can I get you anything? Do we have the watermelon juice? And you see one of the other wife brings forward like this large jug, ceramic pot, and several smaller cups, and sets them on the tables, and says, no, this is perfect, because I'm just going to tell you, I've got the best recipe of watermelon juice in the village, I do. And the other wife immediately stands up like, no, I've got the best one. Everyone knows it. And she grabs a separate jug and pours you a second glass of this watermelon juice, and they're sort of pushing them on you like, please, tell her mine is better. No, hers is too tart. No, mine's sweeter. And they're just bickering back and forth as they're...
What's this going on here? Let's just go find our ways into this forges.
No, don't be leaving now, friend. Like, I was just gonna tell you about Zolto. You're welcome to go, but you really don't know what you're walking into there, friend.
I'd love to
Never
hear some
stopped us
stories
before.
as I drink the first
Yeah.
wife's watermelon juice.
I was gonna say Brigand's double
First one?
fisting the watermelon juice.
Okay. The first one is very sweet, almost a little overbearingly so. The other one is tart, and it's a little sour. It's like lemonade with watermelon mixed in. It's not bad, but it's different. And both are fairly good. I'm not gonna tell you one's objectively better if you feel like one sounds better to you. But they're like, oh, please tell her that Nahala's is the better one. She's like, no, tell her that me. I'm a broomy. Tell her that mine's better.
If I'm being
Tell her they
honest, I
should
don't know if I had.
cross-reference their recipes.
I don't know.
One more time.
I don't know if I've had
Cross-reference
enough
their-
to tell which is better.
Don't have enough to tell. Oh, they pour you some more. They're more than happy. They've got fucking jugs. Y'all did just climb for 3 hours. I mean, you're feeling a little parched. Zat, who do we have set with? Zat and Valkyr. That's okay. I'm gonna say that they both decide to head down and join you and taking the drinks. You're standing sort of in the lowered segment. The fire is in the middle, and there's like cushions around it. And Karthikaya is set across the fire from the entryway. And he's munching on some of the vegetables. He's puffing on his pipe. Goes on to, well, if you want to learn a little more, I'm more than happy to tell you about Zolto. He's pretty busy down there.
Doing what?
All sorts of stuff, building mostly.
Any idea
Yeah.
what he's building? Siege weapons?
He's working on something. He's been working on it for a long time. I guess I don't really know what it is. I know they call it the Vanindad, but that just sounds like a fancy cart that pulls itself or something.
I think it's like a barbecue grill.
That would be good. Though I do love barbecue. Well, we're vegetarian, so of course we're barbecuing corn. And you ever had Yak Folk street corn? It's really fucking good. We can get some going for you. Hey, Nahala! And proceeds to bring out some corn and set it up on the grill over the fire.
Smoked heads of, my first thought was smoked heads of cabbage.
Oh, you want some? No, I've got... Yeah, okay, the big one wants some cabbage. And they bring some cabbage over and proceed to grill it. I've never heard of grilled cabbage. That sounds terrible, Devin.
It's
What are
actually
they doing to you?
delicious.
Is it? I've had cabbage balls, and those are really good.
You
But
would.
that's like boiled, I think. Fuck you. That was good though.
So tell us more about Zoltan.
Do you guys make?
Besides,
like I
he's
was
working.
Do,
He's busy.
do you make your? Okay. They Oh well, Zolto is he's a fucking, well, he's a mean one. He's what do you call him? He's a warlord. Yeah, he's been sending men out for years to find the Vanindad fragments. Not been a whole lot of traffic here lately though. The base of the mountain, I mean. But he's got more than giants down there, I'll tell you that. He's got bugbears and ogres, and he's even got a couple of fiery pups, hellhounds I think they calls them. And salamanders, of course, but they mostly stick to the mines.
When you say salamanders, you don't-
Salamanders!
not a rimmer haze, huh?
I don't know. You might know what that is. No, friend, nothing quite that bad. but they are little fiery lizardoid people. Like if a centaur were a lizard. That's, it's not like... It's kind of a bad analogy, but that's the best I got. It's like, imagine 4 lizardy legs, and then still a lizardy body, but it's like upright and stuff. And it's kind of made out of like hot stuff, I guess. I don't know. It's... I try not to get near them. They're kind of pains in the ass.
What does he need all that for?
Well, I guess to keep the mines safe. I don't really know what from. But you also got to keep the slaves working, I guess.
Slaves?
Oh, yeah, he's got lots of them down there. He's got hundreds of them, probably. They work as forage and mine the ore and, you know, all sorts of stuff, I guess.
Any yak folk slaves?
Not that I know of. None of our kind have been taken down there. I guess he gets them from all over. I don't know.
So this elevator shaft goes right into the mines?
Well, it takes you through all the mines, and then on your way down, you get to the lower levels. And once you get to the lower levels, you get to the first level of iron slag, forge proper. And then there's another lower part of that, the lower levels of iron forge. It's not iron forge, fuck, iron slag.
How do you know all
No
these
giant doors to open? Just straight into the mines?
Well, you gotta get past the ones up here to get to the elevator shaft.
Uh-huh.
And I will point out on your map up here. Oh, can y'all see the text there? Is that on DM only? On the north, sort of central part of the map, but northeast of where you guys are.
Okay, I see it.
There's the elevator over here in this area, and then there's the stairs that lead down through the mines over here. And for a visual, if you look all the way to the left, I'll show you something real quick. Here's sort of what he's talking about, because that's a generic map. On the far left, you'll see like there's a straight tunnel all the way down. Iron slag is the very lower levels of this, but there's mines and mine shafts that are connected and individual and just all the way along the way down. Or they're mining this stuff, the adamantine.
Those doors are closed.
But those big old doors are closed, that's right. See, you do listen pretty good, you know.
I'm diabolical plan in here.
Oh, yeah?
If we cut off...
Oh, I don't want to take place in anything diabolical. That sounds a little heated for me.
If I'm being honest, we hope to take down Solto.
Oh, I don't know how to feel. I don't want to, you know, I don't want him to think that we're a part of that now. That would be, that'd be pretty bad.
Only if
You know,
we don't succeed.
well, no offense, but, you know, there's 6 of you, and there's probably dozens of giants down there. Not to mention the orcs, and the bugbears, and the ogres, and the hellhounds, and salamanders, and not to mention his wife and kids.
I think Swole finds a ways to deal with it. I'll go through drills and tries and opens the doors.
Well, you sure you don't want to stick around a little longer? You look a little beat up there, friend.
Yeah,
I'm
real
only
life.
a little bit.
Crash the bag. Why not?
If you'd like, Naala knows a really good massage technique, you know, give you a little extra restoration in there.
I don't trust these things.
Yeah.
Diag says to Goldbright or to the massage offer?
Both?
Well, I was talking to Devos, because Devos said yeah, so...
I don't know. I'm getting suspicious. I guess,
Oh,
you know what? Let's, you said you have a hut we could stay in?
Oh, no, you'd be staying right here. We don't got any vacancies. But there's cushions and stuff all about, and you're welcome to partake in any of our snacks, or you're welcome to have more watermelon juice. I know they'd love to try to change your mind on that decision. And then I've also got some of this here pipe if you want to puff on it a bit. Or I got a guest pipe over there that we clean out, so you know it's fresh. Back a bowl?
You have a guest pipe with no visitors?
We have visitors. I've got other people who come to my yurt. They're just not little people like you. They're yak folk like me.
How do you know so much about the iron slags?
I've been here a long time, friend. About almost 20 years now, I guess.
That didn't
Can I make an
really
insight
answer.
check?
Have you ever been down there?
No. Hang on.
How do you know?
Nah.
Did the giants just tell you all these things?
Well, I learned a little bit here and there. Plus, sometimes we trade slaves. By the way, can we get some more snacks? And as he snaps his fingers, 3 humanoids are pushed in through the room by one of the wives through the beaded curtain. And you see them each bearing large platters of food, but not wearing a scrap of cloth. It's 2 men and a woman. They approach, and as your surprise fades a bit, you realize that they are all covered in tattoos. Feathers, horseshoes, clouds, horses, and more cover arms, legs, and backs of these servants. And Goldbrand, you recognize them as Uthgard, particularly your neighbors to the north, the Sky Pony tribe.
That's what I'm talking about.
One in particular is a thin, brown-haired man who seems to be in his 20s, and he locks eyes with you, Goldbrand, as he holds out a tray of dried fruit. And he... Goldbrand, make an insight check for me.
It's like, oh, I was not gonna take any of the food. Gross.
14. You see he's like staring you down unnaturally, and like while he is presenting the tray, like you just see this slightest shift of his head to shake it. Like about this time, Davos and Bergen begin to feel a little fuzzy. And you almost go to take a sip of your drink and then think about how much you've already drunk, going back and forth from recipe A to recipe B, and realize that this is... You're not going to be conscious much longer.
I knew it! Damn it. Did Goldbrand drink any?
Goldbrand did not.
know.
Alright.
I rolled for the other two, and they got a 1 and a 3. So I was like, well, yeah, they're fucking drinking, I guess. And it's on brand for the two of them, for Valkyr and Zatar to be like, fuck yeah, hook me up. Like,
I guess I would message Goldbrand with a cantrip if I'm allowed to.
yeah.
I think
You have to do a schematic component. If you want to do it without them noticing, you have to make a check. You'll make a stealth check.
Sleight of hand or stealth?
Either, I will say. Excellent. You like go to set your drink down, and as your hand pulls away from your cup, you just quickly like flick your wrists and do the motion needed. And I think you technically have to speak this one. Maybe we'll say you whisper it into your cup as you're pretending to take a sip.
Something's in this juice.
I was afraid of that.
It's fucking jungle juice, man. Oh my god. Punch punch?
Why are you so eager to keep us here? I've had enough games.
We're not eager to keep you here, friend. You had that big old scratch mark on your chest there, so I thought you might want to take a break. Plus, even we don't like to climb the 12,000 steps. It's not fun. We don't like to do it. Thankfully, we got the river and the crops, so we don't need to, really.
Well, I've had enough of
I would be tired after that.
I've had enough of this horse shit. People's really nice to use when they're trying to get something's out of use.
I think that's a pretty cynical and closed-minded view of the world there, friend.
Oh man, can he tell? I guess.
You can roll an insight check.
Well, I guess Davos told him that they're fucked up. Oh. If they're...
He told you there might be something in the drink. Roll an insight check.
I think we should just go. So we're wasting. He's talking to the group. We're wasting time
Yes.
here.
Bergen agrees and throws his arm around Goldbrand's shoulder. If need
Go for They've
be,
got
at the door.
the way that Davos tries to stand and that Bergen shifts, you realize less than 30 seconds. they are about to pass out. You've
I
got
let Goldred know. I don't think I'm gonna hang out much longer.
I don't know what to do to help y'all. I don't know if I have it.
Just a heads up.
Yeah.
Just that you know. Not that you wouldn't in a few moments, anyways.
Lobster bisque.
As they start,
I'm trying to give you.
As they start to pass out, I guess Goldberg wants to, like, he doesn't want to take his. I guess he doesn't want to take his axe out. He just want to hold it threateningly. Like he just wants to have it, like almost like he's holding it like a staff. Like he's gonna go about trying to attend to these.
Okay.
But like it's in his fist, if that makes sense.
Well, all 4 of them are getting this way.
Yeah, I know. That's
All 4
not-
of them
not
have
great.
consumed.
I don't
Can I
have
cast a
any.
spell before I pass out?
You can, and in fact, I'd let you make a medicine check if you'd like, to see if you can ascertain what would be most helpful.
Well, it was just gonna be. I don't think I have anything that can necessarily help me. I was going to cast. Oh, what is it? Where is that? It's like Death Ward on Goldbrand before I pass. out.
Make a medicine check for me to try to assess your condition. Excellent. You think back to times that you've been intoxicated in Nightstone, and there have been plenty. And you remember that you can lesser restoration yourself out of intoxication. You might be able to do that to you and your friends now. You don't know exactly what is in this, but that's the closest feeling to it. It's like you had like 2 drinks, but it feels like you've had 8. Like it's not alcoholic in itself, but something's in it.
Yeah, we hadn't had to do a single con check.
It's in book as written. If you drink it within a certain time frame, that's it.
Bro,
It's weird the way it's.
seconds left. Meta.
Yeah, so you've got
Something like
3
that.
rounds in that, because that's 18 seconds.
How would I how would I like roll for that exactly? 'Cause
One more time?
You don't. You just spin the spell slot and it does it. You touch one person. and-
Yeah, it cures a
including
poison.
yourself.
I got you.
Yeah.
I hope for the best. Yeah, fuck it.
So if you did yourself, I feel like Goldbrand would recognize the spell because
Meta-wise,
Flourish can also cast it. So he wants to walk over to Davos. He wants to look at the chief, stare him down, walk over to Davos, and hit Davos with the same thing.
With lesser restoration?
Yeah.
Excellent. Bergen and Davos, both of you feel this lethargy escape your body, and in this same round, Gatakara goes, "Oh, friend, no, enjoy the feeling. It's much easier that way."
easier.
His
for
wife's-
what?
I'm going to kill him. Just let me kill him.
His wives stand up, and you see now each of them has a staff, and Karthikeya reaches within the fire and pulls out a 2-handed broadsword. It's just gonna be a lot less painful that way, friend. And with that, it's 11:52. If y'all want to play for 30 minutes, we can start this combat.
I'm good to play, but
Fuck. I'm gonna hate myself in the morning, but yeah, fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah, hate yourself. Woo!
make it quick.
Oh god. Yeah. All right. So, with that, let me get this up and let's roll some initiative. Y'all can go ahead and roll. Karthikeya.
Another nat 20 on Zat's advantage. He's
That's-
got that.
well,
He's got that fixed.
He's what? Are you accusing him of rigging the game? Rigging the dunda?
Why does he?
Oh
have
my
a
god, he
advantage?
does.
No, I was.
Wait, he has advantage for quick draw, but that's 3 20s. Oh, well, technically those are 13s, aren't they?
Well,
I see.
I wanted to see if it was gonna roll a nat 20 on the second one every time.
But
that's
it's
not just-
but it's still rolled 20s, which is kind of funny. Like Valkyr 18, and Zats, which are those fucking 27. Yeah, excellent. Bloop. And with that, let's go ahead and get started there, friend Doritos.
I just want you to know you brought this on yourselves.
I brought everything. I brought the juice. I brought the food. You know, you could have brought something. You're terrible house guest. That's really what this is
You
about.
brought the ruckus, bro. You just ain't even seen it yet.
Brought the ruckus. The Brash Brothers. All right. What you got, Zap? Devin?
Oh boy.
Oh, and let's get you guys on the map. So technically, the squares up here are 10 foot. They are large creatures, so they occupy a full square. Because of that, you see how there's the central hut and there's that ring around it? Like the hill that it's on? The hill is now the walls instead. We're going to expand it a bit to where there's a little more room. But I need you guys in that space, and we're going to position them... Where? Why won't you let me do that? Oh, I see. I'm in the GM later. Bloop. We're going to put these two back here. And Karthikaya. You guys are actually... Most of you are nearly passed out. Around the fire, I assume. Because you came up to get the watermelon juice, yeah?
Oh, that's pretty fucked up still.
So Zat and Valk here.
Zat and Valk have not gotten the antidote, correct? So they are
Should they be
around.
in initiative order?
Yes. Yeah, because you have a... There's 2 rounds left before they pass out. Because it was 18 seconds. You got to pop 2 lesser restorations. We're going into initiative, so they have this round and 1 more where they're conscious. Their attack checks are going to be at disadvantage, as are skill checks. They are intoxicated for all intensive purposes.
So that has disadvantage to shoot it. Shit.
Yes. Why did that disappear?
So here's the. He's gonna take 1 at each guard, I guess, because there's the guard and the king in there, right?
Well, they're his wives
That's-
and the
well,
chief, yeah.
The ones with weapons.
What do you mean the ones with weapons?
The wives don't have weapons, do they?
They have staffs.
Oh no.
The 2 back here? You can't see any of the others that are outside the keep. You're still in the yurt. Just the hill is now the yurt. You don't see anybody outside. You are in an enclosed
These are
space.
his wives and it's him. He's gonna take 1 shot at each one of those. Here's the first one at disadvantage. Oh come on, do the thing. 18.
Oh, nice. Even drunk, Star's a good shot.
And then the second one on the second wife. 19.
Did you roll 2 shots there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's just weird how it spaced that out. So 15 damage on each of them. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Okay. Thanks. I guess he gets 1 more. Red. That one is gun jams. Okie doke.
Well, you have advantage, so... Or disadvantage. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, so your gun does jam. And you don't hit her, obviously. So, Valk, what you got? Brendon. Also, Bergen, are you on map? I don't see you, dude.
Oh shit. Yeah, no, I guess I'm not. Hang on. Oop.
Does he get 2 Eldritch Blasts since he gets 2 attacks? It's a cantrip.
Well, he fires Eldritch Blast, and he gets multiple blasts from it.
Okay,
He can't use it twice because it's a cantrip, not an attack.
gotcha.
He can
Oh,
do
it
the
says
attack
total
because he has
beams,
2
too.
weapon fighting.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna... Oh. Yeah. Because Golbran went over to Davos. Yeah. Had to shuffle y'all down the line a little.
Alright, I'm gonna do that 2 beams of Eldritch. Maybe not.
Well,
On I was going
I think
for
you do 3 at this level. So you get to fire 3 hits.
okay. I'm going for a main guy, by the way.
Those 2 hits.
1 force damage.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry. It's actually only 2. It's 2 beams at 5th level, 3 at 11. So you only do 2.
Kind of
So
do
the only...
Alright.
Nah, sorry. That would be nice, but... Well, I'll tell you what, since it's... We'll do the 9 damage instead of the 1 force.
You're a gracious DM.
You're damn right. As we round to... Oh, unless he still has a bonus action.
Yeah, I'm
Excuse me.
gonna... Hex.
Hex, get him.
What is that? I guess...
You don't have to roll for it this time, but Wait, Hex or Hexblade's Curse?
Hex.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so nothing pops now. As we go to Davos, unless Valkyr wants to try to move. I don't think it said anything about half movement speed. Let me find that.
I'm not gonna move, but
It doesn't anyway. So
Davos is going to Light of Lathander. If I have to move up a space to get all three, can I get
with
all
10
three?
foot
15?
with 10-foot squares,
Yeah.
no. I would say you could get 2 of them. You could get him and one wife, but not him and both.
I'm gonna go him and blue.
Him and blue? Okay. So you're going to have to go a little further over. You have to sort of hit like here to get that angle. Is that cool?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. For this little, the top of the yurt, quote unquote, is where the fire is. So excellent. So they both have to make a con save. Roll damage for that.
I don't know why it says shatter.
Shatter. Yeah, I was just looking at that.
Oh,
Ooh,
I don't know why it has shatter.
a 14 and a 17, and they probably get to add a decent bit to their con.
There. That's the right one.
They get to add a +2.
10 damage.
Yeah. Both pass, so they're not blinded, but they do take half the damage.
And that was my bonus action. As an action, I'm going to use heat metal and aim for the broadsword in old Turkestan's hand.
Is that a range thing or is it a touch thing?
That is
60 feet. No, it
60-foot
is range. Excellent.
2d8.
You target the sword that he's pulled from the flames, and it glows red. He doesn't remove his hand from it. In fact, he smiles. Oh, my friend, you don't have no idea what you've gotten yourself into. And as he shakes it, it erupts in flame. Zolto gives us some gifts to make sure nobody bothers him. And as it's his turn, he goes to make 2 swings at you.
Son of a bitch.
A 16 and an 18 plus something. Plus 8, yeah. So I'm going to need you to take 36 slashing and 12 fire damage. 36 plus 12, 48 points.
So once again, I'm hanging on by 2 threads.
It's been a rough day for Davos, especially for fire. I'm sorry. As we go to one of the wives.
Thought I was being tricky there.
Yeah, it was clever, and I'm like, oh, this is the worst item to try this on. I am so sorry. It is a broadsword of flame. What's it called? Flame tongue greatsword. Scary shit. It goes to one of the wives, who is going to you hear her like lowing weirdly, like as she swirls her staff, and the ground bubbles as this hulking figure, an earth elemental, rises from the ground beneath your feet. Put this in the right layer. It moves on her initiative count. I'm going to say since she just summoned it, it doesn't get a move this turn, though. But it is standing between her and Goldbrand. With that, Bergen, what you got?
Holy shit. So, who is it that has not been lesser restorated yet?
Zatari and Valkyr. At the end of their move next turn, they will be out.
Fucking Christ. Alright, let's see here. Those boys are just gonna have to hang on for a second, unfortunately. Well, no. Fuck it. Hang on. I'll just do it again. Whatever.
Yeah.
Once again, I will
You can-
channel divinity. Is that what the fuck it is? Yes, preserve life. This is my second one. I'm out of those for the day. On Davos again. So that would be this shit. Once again.
Excellent. So you get back up to half health, Davos. And bonus action.
Bonus action, and I was just looking at my bonus actions. I don't know if this counts, but it says I can use the Mace of the Magistar if I use a healing.
That counts as a healing. You can also still use a bonus action spell if you would like, because that is not a spell, that is a class ability.
Right, okay, yeah, I'm dumb. I just realized I could do that now. Like, how many
No, shut the fuck up.
sessions
You're not dumb.
have
What the fuck?
fucking be having that thing? Right. So I could do a spell as well. I will hit fucking... Which one looks like the worst condition?
The blue wife, I think, is the most damaged.
No. I mean between Zatari and Valkyrie.
Probably Davos. Oh, they're both equally intoxicated, but hit point wise,
Yeah.
Davos.
No.
This
Valkyrie.
won't.
Isn't it Valkyrie and Zatari who?
Yes, but
restore?
this won't restore their state. You have to use a lesser restoration for that. This gives hit points.
Lesser restoration is an action.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. I'll need a bonus action. Piss. Yeah. So attack. Yeah, the chick who just put up the.
The elemental.
Yeah.
QQQ.
Nope.
Oh, that does not hit. No, my friend, I'm sorry. As we round to... My thing keeps jumping. Why are you doing that? Goldbrand.
Okay, Goldbrand is pissed. He don't like this. He's gonna just square right up with this fucking chieftain and take his first 2 swings.
Get him.
Brought this on yourselves.
One of those hits.
I think this time I will rage. That doesn't change the. Just adds +2 damage.
It'll change your damage, yeah. But we'll say you rage beforehand. So 14 total?
Yes.
Gotcha. Bonus action? Oh, your rage was the bonus action, sorry. It goes to the other wife, who disappears behind the beaded curtain. And she emerges with a small mallet with a soft tip. And she goes over, pulls a curtain, and smashes a gong that resonates this loud, dull tone. 1, 2, 3 times. And it is incredibly loud. You gather everyone in this village has heard that. This is an alarm. As we go to Zatari's turn. Actually, as this is top of the round. Because you keep going for Zatari, Devin, but...
I think he's gonna try and hit blue. Oh, is he still inebriated? I guess he has disadvantage. He's gonna try to hit the blue mage since it has the elemental.
Gotcha.
First 2 disadvantage. 13. Second one.
13 does not hit the wives. Oh, no, it does hit the wives. I'm sorry.
So that's 2.
So 7. Excellent. 16. Okay.
That's all he can do. Oh, I guess he gets 1 more attack.
Bonus action shot.
28 and 23, it looks like.
Oh, I don't know why it's spacing him like that. The 23 hits with that 11. That gets her in pretty rough shape.
Do you have to make concentration checks?
Not for the elemental.
Let me see.
Oh, I've got her in the thing. Unless he's going to move, that goes to Valkyr.
Alright. I guess he's gonna run up and hit him with the mace first.
The mace, get it? That definitely hits. 16 damage.
And then with the moonblade, his packed
Get it?
weapon.
11 damage.
And then
16, 27.
he can do an Eldritch Smite once per turn when you hit a creature spend a spell slot to deal an extra 1d8 force
Yeah.
damage. Plus, we'll do another 1d8 first level spell slot. And you can knock the target prone if it is huge or small. So,
You just
Damn.
you smiting everybody today, ain't you?
and
It is large, so you can knock it prone. Does it have to make a check?
reading. Here,
I feel like Floyd's been nice that are pissed. They're over here like, bitch,
doesn't-
you did it.
say in here. I would imagine there's some sort of check.
Can you put it in chat?
Yeah,
It's Valkyries, but you should still be able to do the VVVT thing
doesn't
up in the corner.
have that
Hmm.
option. But I will copy and
That's
paste
weird.
what's there. And also maybe Google it. But I also want to do the sneak attack damage,
Yeah, I get it.
which is 2d6.
Oh wait, I don't think you don't have advantage on the hit, and you're not alone
Okay.
because he's swashbuckler. He doesn't get normal sneak
Oh, okay.
attack, right, Devin?
I
Okay.
believe that is correct.
Alright. Well, then never mind on that.
Eldritch Smite,
No, yeah, it just knocks him over.
No, yeah, okay. If it is huge or smaller, that is broken. Fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Knocks him on his ass.
It is Eldritch.
Rip, ass. Knock him in the ass. Oh, he's hexed too. Valkyrie gets to do hex damage.
Do I
Roll
roll
hex.
it each time?
Yes, we'll say because the first one was low. Wasn't it?
I thought it was
Pretty sure it was.
either way. Alright, where's it at on this thing?
Eldritch
1d6.
Blast.
Alright. Extra 2
Things
damage.
for an extra two. Ow, that was just rude. All right. So we go to Valkyr. Excuse me. As we go to Davos from Valkyr. Oh, Valkyr passes out. Zatari passes out. This is their final action, and I realize now you should have been making those attacks at disadvantage. Actually, shit. Roll one more Morningstar and one more Moonblade real quick for me.
Alright.
I should have thought of that. I'm sorry. That's gonna take away his crit. Hmm. You know what?
So the Moonblade is his pack.
Valkyr is drunk. Rua is not. We're gonna let her keep that nat 20. We will take the lower score, which is the 7, so he gets a few hit points back. But everything else still pops.
And he's now passed out still.
He is passed out. But his sentient wife and his mace is, like, god damn it, fucking never could hold his liquor. Davos, what you got?
Now that he's prone. I'm going straight in with the Blade Knight.
Get it. Oh, another natural
2
20. Both of
swings.
those hit. Roll it.
That's for the
2 hits.
crit.
You hitting him hitting the ground.
Were those technically at advantage? I know the
They
first
shouldn't
one
have been.
doesn't matter.
Oh, he's prone, so yes.
That's
I'll just
So
do another one for the non-crit.
pretty sure, yeah, you still get him. So, you rush up with your father's blade. Your state weakened, infuriated that you've been knocked pretty close to the end of your life twice today. Come up and cleave through him. Your second swing, do you choose to keep going for the blue one?
Oh wait, so he's done?
He's done.
Yeah, I'll go for the blue one then.
You rush up and you slash through her, and both of them fall to the floor. But the elemental remains, as does the other yak folk wife. And you hear shifting outside.
Oh,
That you have your bonus action still. Oh, I should have kept that wife because that That was the Golem's initiative too, the Earth Elemental. Say Levy.
Shit. I'll do a Divine Favor as my bonus action.
Divine Favor.
Gives me an extra 1d4 radiant damage. Which is 3, is what I roll
Excellent.
on a hit.
3 onto her? The one that died?
Just any time from now on.
I see. Okay, I got you. Okay. Alright. Anything else we do? I didn't hear that yet. Anything else, my dude? Okay, gotcha. No, you're good. The Earth Elemental turns to see you and Goldbrand and Valkyr on the floor. Goldbrand, I think it's going to make both of its swings at you.
Yeehaw.
It gets a slam attack. Gets +8 to these. A 20 dirty and a 19. Are you raging? Yes?
Yes.
You take 14 points of damage instead of 28 as you resist their effects. We go to Bergen.
Okay. So now that our buds are asleep, do they still need to be like lesser restored, or do they just need to be like shook awake?
If you have to lesser restoration them to get the poison out of their body, and they will wake up with
okay.
that.
It's
They
like
will
an actual...
they will be prone at the start of their turn,
Right.
but they can still stand up after.
All right,
What
so I'm
happens?
gonna lesser restore Tally first, I guess.
Or Tally's not here, just Valken's at.
Oh, whoops.
Oop.
I mean that. Valkyr.
You good? All right. Valkyr gets back up, wakes up. Fucking hangovers, man. Shit. What do you do with your bonus action?
That does not count as a healing spell, so I don't think
I'm actually no. I would say it is. It is a restoration type spell. You are healing a status condition. I will allow it.
I'll take a shot at the stone giant, see what happens.
Get him. Yeah,
Or not the stone
Pop, pop.
giant, but elemental.
I got you.
Get him.
Roll to hit. Ooh, you do not hit. You are free to move. Goldbrand, what you got?
Goldbrand will probably turn and get that out there elemental since it's right there on him and doesn't swing at him. Yeah, buddy.
Get it. Oh my god. That's 30.
32.
Thank you. Roll the next hit. Oh, that's...
Underwhelming.
Oh. Why did you do... No, you got a 25 on the second one.
My damage is 8.
Oh, but 8 damage, I see. Yeah, after that, very underwhelming. I'm sorry.
No bonus action.
Oh no, you only did 38 damage.
I
Boo-hoo.
realized I meant to help Satari, but
Well,
Nice, I guess.
it comes to the second Yak folk wife's turn, and she begins that same lull as one more golem emerges from the dirt. Full hit point. And she's going to use her movement. She actually disappears behind the beaded curtain, beyond where you can see. As it is the top of initiative, more Yak folk from the village begin to approach. There are 2 entrances to this yurt. One in the very front, one in the very back down here. Excuse me, that's technically the front. This is the back up here. Again, the hill circle is the yurt, not the building itself structure. But with that, we go to Zat. What you got, dude?
that's down, isn't it?
Oh, he's unconscious. That's right. He doesn't get to make a save. Which really is kind of dumb that it doesn't have y'all do that.
But
But that
is
brings
he
us to-
stable? Can we tell?
You don't imagine he's going to die, but he's knocked out. Like, he has been roofied, essentially. Valkyr, what you got?
Spencer, if you want, save your spells, and I'll handle that with one of mine. Because, like I said, when we get in there, I'll rage a lot.
Make up for it. What you got, Valk?
bonus action, Hexblade Curse. Can I do that to a golem?
Yeah.
I will.
It technically does have some immunities, but I don't think that's one of them.
Says if I get a 19 or 20, it's now a crit. Bonus damage is +4.
Get it.
What's up, all you brats?
Alright. Go on mace first again. Why won't it let me? There we go. Sorry, that was the Moonblade.
No, you good. 9. 16. Slice down the earth elemental a little more. As we go to Davy Boy, what you got?
Would I get sneak attack?
You're not alone.
Okay.
You don't
Alone
have
means
advantage.
5
No.
feet?
Yeah.
Of both the enemy, like both they and you have to have no one within 5 feet except each other.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
And you did add the 4 damage to that? Just making sure.
Yes, sir.
Alright. Davos, I'm going to cast Mirror Image.
Get it.
I don't think there's any check on that yet, but
How many did you get? 3?
3.
Sweet.
I will put that number up here.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
And I don't really think I can do anything as a bonus action.
Is Lay on Hands a bonus action?
I
I
used
think
all
you've used your
15,
pool. That's
yeah.
right. Yeah, I didn't want to say anything earlier, but I was like, class features
Yeah,
gone.
right.
I think I did say
I
something
can
earlier.
I can detect if there's good and evil around me. Not that that's relevant.
That would have been relevant an hour ago. But
Right.
Oh god.
All right, so that's it for
Is
my
that-
turn.
Gotcha. It's the Earth Elemental number 1. He's gonna go for 2 more swings on Goldbrand. A 19 plus something and a 13 plus something, so both of those hit. They hit pretty hard. Devin, take your raging 14 points of bludgeoning damage, please. As we go to Bergen.
Okay. Let's restoration on Zatari.
Get him. All right, Zatari gets back up.
And shot at Golem.
Ooh, that hits. Yeah. So 13 damage to him. You're doing the one closest to you or the one on the other side of the room?
I'm sorry, I was muted. Whichever one I was shooting at first, I imagine.
I'm sorry, I couldn't quite hear that.
Whichever one I was shooting at first, I imagine, which I think was this one. The original.
I think was the other one. Yeah, you're right. So 13. Okay, 10-4. Bonus action?
That was the bonus action.
So action?
Was the restoration.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. You're kind of... Is that happening for anybody else? You're kind of cutting out, like, quiet and
He's
loud.
a little muted sounding, but
Let me turn him up a
Let
bit.
me try to unplug and replug it.
Gotcha. Okay, that's cool, though. Goldbrand, what you got?
Goldbrand gonna do what Goldbrand do. Yeah. Does that elemental in front of him look?
Pretty roughed up. I'd
All
say, is it... It's bloodied, but it's not battered.
Well, we'll see what we can get done here. That's 15 damage total. Followed
Excellent.
by
Another 29, damn. 13 damage, so that's 28 damage, so that is... Bloop. Oh, no, other direction. Bloop. There we go. Excellent. Bonus action?
Nah, gonna save it. Thanks.
Okay. It is now the other wife, who you cannot see. Let me look at one thing. Okay. And with her goes the elemental, who's going to make a move up to Bergen. Seeing you blast off some radiant energy, it's going to go for 2 slams. A 19 and a 13. What's it get to add? Plus 8, so that's a 21 and a 27. So both of those hit. Take 28 points of bludgeoning damage. As we round to Zatari.
Who just got up? Oh boy.
Who was that
Yeah,
on?
just woke up.
He profusely thanks
That was on
Bergen.
Bergen.
Oh.
Yeah, profusely thanks Bergen, and
No, like Bergen lesser restorations him and starts like, I'm up. Like I'm not even that hungover. It's fine. Just what the fuck's going on? Oh shit! And then
yeah, when it
sees the
clobbers-
two fucking.
Yeah, when it clobbers Bergen, he's just gonna be like, douche douche.
You said clobber, and I know you didn't mean it, but I just immediately thought the thing. It's
Same.
clobbering
Yeah.
time.
I think one of his guns is. Oh, now both of his guns is jammed, so he'll unjam one of those guns, and I guess bonus action.
He has to.
that's it?
He has to make a check.
Oh yeah.
Sleight of hand or acrobatic.
We'll do. s-
I think-
Oh,
I think it's sleight of
it
hand.
doesn't have his proficiency, which it should because of the tools.
It doesn't. He unjams one of them. So wait, that was his attack. That was his second attack. He still has a bonus action attack. Again, you fixed one gun, you can fire with it. That's actually really funny because it has to be with the offhand. So, like, pew, pew. Excellent.
He's fucking rolling.
So, 22. Which one? The one that's swinging on Bergen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. Oh, whoops. That's one too many digits. There we go. Y'all almost had a very terrible Earth Elemental as we go to Valkyr.
Can we see outside the tent at all?
You can see through the front way, but not the outside, technically.
Is this the front way?
That's the rear entrance, and the back entrance. But the rear entrance, she went into, like, it's not really well represented here, but there's, like, a smaller room in the very back, and then through there's a passageway out the back. It seems to have been, like, perhaps a sleeping area or a kitchen or a storeroom, something like that.
So Valkyr cannot see that.
He cannot see her or the two guards outside. Now, it's not a finely made thing. Well, that's not true.
I was gonna try to Misty Step, if that's.
Oh, I see. You could probably get there running. They're technically 10-foot squares, but for you, they're not 10-foot squares for movement. Wait, yes, they are. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of that backwards. They aren't 10-foot square for scale, but they are for movement. 2, 3. If he's only 30 feet, he couldn't quite get to her, to where he could see her anyway.
I'll hit same elemental I've been hitting.
Okay, get him. Poppity pop pop pop. Both of those hit. Y'all have been rolling great tonight. Fuck, that's 26 points of damage. Valkyr comes in with the Moonblade and sort of catches the elemental at the leg, and it slices through part of the stone, and the whole body shifts down as he swings through it and just clobbers its head and turns to pebbles and just smashes against the wall. As we go to Davos. Was that top of the round? No, it's further down. Okay.
Gonna go after the other elemental.
Boom, boom. Get it, get it. 23.
No smites or flourishes.
Gotcha.
No bonus action. Well,
You sound so sad about it. Does anyone see 36 there now? Like, what the fuck is happening to this elemental? Why is it?
it absorbed the other elemental's initiative.
Apparently, yeah. Fuck. I don't know why that's there. That's okay. Anyway,
Maybe you went 3 on one and 6 on the.
3.
I
I
don't
know it was 12 and 2 originally. I don't know why either of them have changed. I had to add them a funny way, so maybe that's why. But this Earth Elemental is going to take 2 of those swings back on. Ooh. Yeah.
Look at me,
He's
you
gonna
big
do-
stone jerk.
He'll go 1 at each. All right, this is the die for Davos. 12 plus 8 is 20. Does that hit you?
It definitely hits
Davos?
one of my mirror images, and I have to roll d20.
Yeah.
Has to be higher than a 6, so now I'm.
Yeah. Excellent. The other one is an 8 plus 8 is 16. Does that hit Spencer? Probably
Bergen? No.
not. Bergen, you're right. He's 17. Or no, you're better than that now, aren't you? What? 18.
Legal.
Updating my little cheat sheet. Breastplate of the Vindicator.
Oh, I forgot
Fancy
to
shit.
add the radiant damage for my what is it called? For Davos.
Oh,
Add-
yes.
Add 3
Roll-
damage.
Thank you for that. 7. I'm not saying that.
Divine favor.
As it is the top of the round,
Oh shit.
but it's
Is it?
not supposed to be. No, they must have moved in the initiative order. He's supposed to be down here by the other Yakfolk wife, which is the 2. So I'm sorry, Bergen and Goldbrand go, and then when we get to that point, we'll just leave things as is, unless something happens to where y'all stop it. Sorry about that. That's annoying. Or no, I didn't swing with him yet, did I?
Yeah.
No, I did swing. Okay, fuck. Sorry, Bergen, go ahead.
Spiritual weapon.
Spiritual
bonus
weapon.
Action on this guy.
The 15 doesn't hit, but it's up, and you know, can now swing with it. Where do you want it?
Oh, yeah. Yep. That looks good.
I love how you say
And-
that almost every time. Yeah, that's fine. That's chill. Action.
And action. Shooting ace at motherfucker in front of me.
Yeah. Get him. Well, regular mace. You're-
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Just because it would be disadvantage for the range thing, but it's the same damage anyway. 24 for 18. Damn, dude.
That is.
You're the cleric?
That's probably the most I've ever done with that.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say. All right. That brings us to Goldbrand. What you got, dude?
One of the
The
first.
first elemental is at your feet. Valkyr looking triumphant.
So I don't necessarily know about these guys. I know a gong's been rung.
You gather there's people approaching, but you don't see anything at the moment. I would say you could hear like activity in the village because the gong's not actively
Can he
ringing.
go?
You know, she
can
rang
he,
it
Can he
and
go
fled.
to a door and see out to see one of these guys to go and fuck them up?
Yeah, the closest door is here, and with your 4 squares, I think you can just get outside it.
All right, I will move to the doorway and hold my action. The first enemy that crosses my path gonna get kerplowed.
Gonna get kerplowed. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that shouldn't do that. That's dumb.
We'll do a kerplowing.
Okay, which is perfect. You pop your head out. Do me a favor, make a perception check for me.
I don't like where this is going.
16. You see those 2 that are coming around the side. You don't exactly see the wife from here. And you see 2 more that are emerging from the huts nearby. You are, you have attracted the attention of an entire village. It's their turn for movement as well as the wife. Well, technically it's the wife. The other elemental already went, but they get to move at the bottom of the round. So we'll go ahead and 1, 2, 3. I think here. Then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. He'll actually come back to the wife. 1, 2, 3. All right. As the wife herself pops her head back in and looks in better shape, you gather she's healed herself a bit. And she's going to point at Davos. Davos, make a wisdom save for me.
Would my
Oh!
Hell
never
yeah.
mind. I was just gonna
Don't
say,
need
would
it.
one of my mirror images make a difference?
I think that's only for attacks.
Okay.
Because this isn't a hit, this is a save. So I think that it wouldn't work with the mirror image thing. Davos, you are cursed in the respect that at the start of each of your turns, you must make a wisdom save. Or, I'm sorry, you're not cursed, obviously. Duh.
I was about to
God,
say, with a
words.
nat 20, bro?
No, it was a 20 save, you're -1, fucked you. Alright, with that, Zat. Or actually, it is 12:30. We can call it a place, we can call it tonight?
I think out of respect for Bergen.
Yeah, I think so.
I gotta go. I mean, if you guys want to keep going without me, you can. That's up to you guys.
How far are we from Bergen? Bergen moves again in a couple of moves? Do y'all want to rotate through to Bergen and then he can dip out and we can just finish the next round of initiative?
I'd say we're not going to finish it in one round.
Yeah.
So.
I don't,
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was
Yeah,
thinking. And we might even start thinking about whether or not we want to GTFO or find a place
Yeah.
to hide or
Mhm.
Yeah,
So,
We're
definitely.
definitely gonna need a rest after this.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right though.
so that gives us time to think about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's cool. The moral of this lesson: don't accept watermelon juice from strangers.
Yeah, but
I'm
they
sorry you
sounded
had to
so
learn this
Canadian
way.
and friendly.
Yeah, they were real Midwestern. I'm basing this off of Pumat Soul, who is an NPC in Matt Mercer's games. And he's got that kind of Midwestern thing. And I thought, that sounds pretty fucking fun. I'll do some of that there stuff.
I feel like it
Um,
applies to yaks too, you know?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like it almost like,
Puma is a
Yeah, I mean-
hog.
yeah. So it's like, they're both cow people. They're both bovine. Sorry, Matt, I stole a voice. Won't be the
That's
first,
fair.
won't be the last. But with that, my dudes, we'll go ahead and call close to tonight's session. Thank you all very much. It was a very fun time. Excited that we got to start on this finally, and we'll see where next week takes us.
Sir.
Be good to each other. Take care of yourself. And is it Friday yet?
Later,
For
guys.
the first time in 3 weeks, I said it right. Deuces.